Cracking
Nah,
Brangus.
Craig almost caught me again, yeah.
Caught you doing what?
The people may never know.
Nah, what Craig catch you doing?
It was all very legal.
Is it just frowned upon?
My lawyer has instructed me not to comment.
I know what you did. Ooh, I know. It was one of them agendas. You did it.
My
It was one of
agendas
them
have
ones.
a positive effect.
None of them do, actually.
Literally, name one bad agenda.
Let's see. The feminization of black men. Well, I guess that's great if you like femboys, but other than that, no. I mean, come on. I mean, we're not gonna, huh? Come on.
I mean, if you look at the online culture today, it seems like everybody likes femboys.
Not everybody. He's like, oh, come on, like they've done studies. The Cato Institute did a study, and they showed that 49% of Americans like femboys. Come on, guys. Like, I mean, chances are
49 is almost half.
that means the agenda is kicking crazy nowadays. That's where all them subs came from.
Yeah, out of nowhere, just boom, 200.
It was all femboys too.
They already know because I'm on that type of time. I mean,
I'm in a club with 100. I'm in a club with 1,000 femboys.
how did we get on this subject?
Oh
My
yeah, agenda. Yeah. You said, oh yeah, I forgot my agenda. That's your second agenda, is making niggas forget how they started. Man, look, anyway.
The agenda to femboy pipeline.
Not the agenda to ladies and gents, sentient piles of rebels, badass kids that don't got no business being that bad. Welcome to episode 107. We back at it again. Bozo Behavior, the 107th edition. It's 107. It's 107, baby.
You sure it's not 108?
I'm going to double check, but I feel relatively sure this is 107. Yeah.
That must be in the future. I'm already thinking about next pod.
He already got the title picked out of everything. So how we feeling, man? How we feel? First off, man, fucking agenda, yo. I don't know how deep you want to get into it, yo, but tell the folks about what's been going on in life, man. So tell them about your accolades and accomplishments right now, yo.
My lawyer has instructed me not to.
Oh man, like yo, hold on. Is your lawyer? Never mind.
I got the same lawyer Lizzo got, so we in.
Oh yeah.
But no, I'm in the middle of a move, and I gotta say, the shit is not fun.
Mm-hmm.
I have moved many times in my life, but I never want to do it again.
Yeah.
I think last time I moved was like in 2017, and I've accumulated so much more stuff in 5 years that it's just I don't want to do this shit. I don't want to be here no more.
I feel like that's really the worst part about moving, is realizing that you have so much shit you don't need.
Yeah, I'm about to just start throwing stuff away.
That's why I think to myself, like I think about like how, like when my mama moved, there was so much shit that she held on to, and I'm just, especially when like the space is a big difference. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
because I think you're getting way more space, so I think it probably bodes well for you.
I'm
It's
going
like,
from renting a bedroom to renting an entire
apartment. Yeah. So it's like, yeah. So the difference between that is like night and day. But then that's like trying to go from like home to a room or home to an apartment. It's like, dog, like you had a 4-bedroom, and you think you're gonna squeeze that 4-bedroom into this 800 square foot apartment.
You're gonna have to put some stuff in storage or donate something.
And that's what my mom did. Like, she, to this day, she has put a bunch of stuff in storage when we moved. Like, I'm talking moved like, what year was that? Oh my goodness, maybe like 11 years ago. And she's been to that storage one time since.
What did she even need from the storage? What was the one thing?
She just went literally just to see like what was in there. Cause like She put all the stuff in there, and then like 4 or 5 years passed, forgot what was in there. Like, all right, let me
Oh
go
yeah.
and see what's up there. Look. Oh, okay, cool. Some of the stuff, like it's for like, because the problem is, right? We live in a house where my mom moved from a house to a duplex, then from a duplex to a house, except the house that we moved in from the duplex was already filled by hoarders.
Ooh.
So it's really like you basically living in a room in a sense, because it's like
Ooh.
already mad niggas is hoarding shit.
They
So
didn't clean it before they sold it, like the hoarders. Or...
no, I'm not talking about that. Like, this is my grandmother's house. My grandmother's a hoarder.
Oh, oh,
Like, yeah, like she's a hoarder. She will hold on to any and everything. And it's like that's really what's been happening. Like, so it's like that creates this weird ass dynamic where you think, well, you're in a house, you're in a big ass house, and you think, well, we got plenty of room, except this is a house that over the years has essentially just been a hotel for niggas.
yeah.
So niggas will stay, leave some shit when they leave. And you know what I'm saying? And it just keeps building, keeps piling. And of course, when you have a hoarder who's not gonna throw any of it out, nah, we could use this couch. We could use this. Who's going to use it though?
The nigga that was using it left.
Yeah, and you not gonna use it. So it's like, and then literally when I tell you, I think we rented a dumpster or two. It might have been just one, but I think we rented a dumpster or two, and we cleared a bunch of shit out. When I tell you there's still so much shit in here, like it's unbelievable how much shit is still in here. I say all that to say, man, please live a minimalist lifestyle, guys. You don't need much more than a bed, a desk, and a crowbar.
What's the crowbar for?
The head crabs.
Uh, yeah. I mean, we definitely live in Half Life. That's a real thing. You
Mm-hmm.
really got to worry about head crabs. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You got your gravity gun too.
No, just a crowbar.
Oh, you still like you at the beginning of your journey, right?
Mm-mm. I'm on New Game Plus, but I'm doing a crowbar only playthrough.
Make sure you upload that to YouTube. I'm sure those gimmick runs in games always usually get a lot of views. So I'm sure you'll
Oh
accumulate
yeah, I
some.
seen I seen they did that for what was it, Baldur's Gate, where they had a what was it, the what the fuck was it called? The any percentage sex run or some shit like
Any
that.
percentage sex run? They be
Yeah,
fucking like that in Baldur's Gate.
that shit, and somebody did it in like 8 minutes. That shit had me
8 minutes?
Yeah, where you just give it through the it up it it
Oh,
uh,
they real
got to the
fucking
open world and said,
crazy.
all right, let's go. Hold on, we're gonna go straight to the crib. Boom, we're gonna go over there. Boom. All right, finish this dialogue. Mm-hmm. Charmer. Yup. Boom. All right, here we go. Here we go. Come on. He like, damn, not you speed run straight to the. You know what's crazy? I don't know why I just thought about this, but do you remember the hot coffee shit from GTA? And do you remember how that was supposed to be so like ridiculous and wild and crazy? And like in hindsight, it was such stupid shit to be upset and wild and like to pretend like it was really that bigger than it was.
Now we're looking
You said what? Huh?
got fucking
Oh yeah, like I was like, bro, in a game like GTA, like it's amazing to me that a poorly animated cutscene where they're grinding pixels is where y'all draw. Like, bro, you can't even see nothing.
for real. It's like it's just the fact that they're doing it. That's what niggas had an issue with. Like I know what's going on here, even if I can't see it.
Like, I'm not gonna hold you, bro. Leisure Shoot Larry had some nastier shit in it than this. Like, it was insane. Like,
Why
which
does that
also
name sound familiar? Leisure Suit Larry.
Leisure. It was that. Remember, there was that series of horny ass games.
I can't, I can't just agree that I remember that.
That's what. That's literally all they were. Just a series of horny ass games. That shit was like American Pie for just like losers.
Series from 1987 to 2009, they had multiple entries.
They had PlayStation 2 games. They had. Oh yeah. It was made
I
by
definitely,
Vivendi.
okay, I've definitely heard this name before, but when I was a kid, I had no idea what this was.
Oh yeah, I mean, my parents never let me buy this shit, but I remember seeing this shit, and I was just like, "This is literally just like a sex simulator under the guise of a game." Like,
Literally.
this shit is like a Newgrounds game that y'all just turned into a full game. Like, not Newgrounds, Larry. But shit, I mean, I guess we're on the topic of video games, so I guess we could talk about that. So I'm gonna get the Baldur's Gate in a second. I'm gonna start honestly with Bomb Rush Cyberfunk.
What are the words that you're saying right now?
Bomb. Oh well, let me not repeat that one.
I was about to say, what? We
B
not in the
O
airport.
B-O-M-B Rush Cyberfunk basically is
Never heard of this.
the spiritual successor to Jet Set Radio Future.
Already, I'm immediately invested. Let me look
Right.
this up.
Yeah. It's same thing, same art style, same like that's the vibe they're going for. So, um,
When does
basically,
it come out?
it's out already. It came out recently, like last week or so, I think.
Oh, and it is on PlayStation. Yeah, it came out the
Mm-hmm.
18th, and it's on PlayStation. Let me go to the Stizzo real quick.
And it's on Switch too.
For this type of game, I feel like Switch might actually be a better vibe.
Yeah, it actually might be a nice little vibe, nice little ting, you know.
Nice little
But
sit down real quick and just start grinding.
yeah, so this looks pretty interesting. Like again, I didn't even need to see too much of nothing else. Like I was just like, I don't need a review.
Yeah,
I don't
just
need,
Jet Set Radio Future.
yeah, I don't need none of that. Like, oh, it's made by who? Yeah, heard you. Like, I'm on my way. Like, that's it. That's it. That's all I need to know.
Okay, so it looks like it's already out on PC, but it comes out for PlayStation September 1st. So we still got a week.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, this is an automatic cop. This got co-op or multiplayer? Like Jet
I'm
Set
not
Radio?
sure, but it's an indie studio, a small dev
Small
team.
devs. Right, right.
Yeah, small dev team.
Yeah, this is an automatic cop. Just just from looking at the pictures.
Mhm.
I don't need to see gameplay.
Mhm.
It's
Yeah.
I own it.
Yeah, and I hope that this is like you said, some sort of multiplayer or this and that. Like I don't know. I didn't even like you said. I didn't even look into it. I just saw it, saw what it looked like, and I was like, yeah, yeah. That's all I need. Yeah, that was all I needed to see. I didn't need to see nothing more.
Game me now.
Me game now. So I don't know, but this looks pretty interesting. So obviously beyond that, we've got the MK1 beta is out this weekend.
Yes, it is. And boy, am I not good at this. Well, I'm about average. I'm average at any fighting game that's not uh Dragon Ball Fighters. That's the only fighting I'm actually good at. But I can go online and beat people that are worse than me. Obviously, like that's how fighting online works. But if I start running into people that actually know what they're doing, then I'm getting thrashed.
So what you mean, yo? You don't know how to do 52% into a restand?
That video, I watched this and I was like, I don't even have a desire to try and learn this. I'll be happy if I get like a 8 hit combo off.
He said, "I have no interest in." Yeah, nah, I'm not gonna hold you. I never was that guy neither. Like, cause there's a lot of games where, like, I mean, cause I'm even in Tekken. Well, I would argue Tekken's probably the fighting game I was the best at, and even that. Once I saw I saw like top tier niggas. Like, cause I used to play with Sergey, right? And for niggas who
Mm.
know, if you watch Tekken, like JDCR was like the Sergey dude for a while. I remember I used to watch like his optimal combos. I'm like, I'm not doing this. I'm not doing this, bro.
I'm not
I'm
even
not
gonna
doing this.
attempt to allocate the
Yeah,
brain
like I'm
power to
just.
try and learn this.
I went to practice mode. And I was like, wait, you do it, and I'm just looking at the individual commands. No, no, I have a much simpler combo. It's gonna give me 15% less damage, but I can hit it every single time. I'm not doing this.
Yeah.
Like I'm just like I'm not. Not. Oh, so what you want to do is you want to hit them, pop them up, micro duck into the micro dash into.
Any
I'm
move that requires me to jump up in the air to complete the combo, it's already dead. It's I'm not doing it.
That's
I'm not.
like the first time when I was playing Tekken and I used to see the fucking star in the move list. I'm like, bro,
Oh
no,
man, yeah.
no, no. Why is there a star in the inputs section? What is the star even like? I was like, nah. They're like, oh, so the star is like a pause. I'm like, yeah.
Also, any combo that requires an assist, it's
Oh yeah.
immediately cooked for that. There's no way they don't be able to time this assist coming in to hit you 2 times, and then I could come in with another one.
And the worst
Like,
part is those are the optimals too. Like those
yeah,
are literally the optimal combos. Like to the point where niggas like, oh yeah, this is my bread and butter. I'm like, this combo is your bread and butter.
any combo that requires another nigga, this should not be bread and butter.
That's one thing I realized. I don't care what the game is, how casual it is. At the highest level, whatever game you're playing is no longer that game.
Yeah, no, it's not even it's not even the same ballpark. Like, I was playing Street Fighter 6
Hmm.
before Diablo came out, and I was going online. I was thrashing niggas. I'm talking like 30 wins in a row, no losses. That was just a casual. The second I stepped into rank,
Hmm.
lost 5 times in a row. That's because that's where all the sweats are. That's where all the niggas know what
Hmm.
they're doing. That's why the only game that I was ever serious about when I was actually playing ranked was Fighter Z, because I was actually good at it. So I was destroying niggas online. Even ranked, it didn't matter. But any other game is, I keep it casual. I'm not playing no ranked.
Where that's like you go fighter Z, you smooth go into a rank match, first touch, nigga hit you spark, touch a death combo. You like, wow, wow, wow. Okay.
Dragon Ball Fighters is the only game where I've mastered Touch of Death.
Niggas just like,
No
oh,
other
okay.
game have I even attempted to try it.
This nigga gonna hit me with he gonna hit me with a medium leg kick into sparking into I don't get to play for another 16 seconds.
That's why Fighters is so funny, because Sparking is supposed to save your life as like a last ditch effort. You down to your last character and you need some health back and you need some extra damage. Nope. I'm gonna use it in the first round when I still got all three of my niggas at full health, because this
Hmm.
combo is gonna guarantee to take at least one of your niggas out.
Yeah. And truth be told, like, especially in the case where it's like one character is your better character. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, oh, Ultra Instinct, oh, UI Goku is your best character? Yeah, let me do
Get him out of here now.
soon as I touch him, I'm sparking. Like the instant. It's funny, like, but some games, like that's why I kind of like I hate the complaints people do with fighting games now about like balance and all, because it's like honestly, like I enjoy personally the fighting games where everything's broken. Like if you've ever played Marvel vs. Capcom, especially Marvel vs.
Oh yeah.
Capcom 3,
Yeah.
dog, damn near anything's broken in that game. Everybody has an infinite. Every like
Yeah.
it's just like
It's
it's
chaos, which is
yeah,
how it should be.
it's like there's no, I don't need to balance anything.
I'd rather have every single character on the roster be broken than have like one or two characters that literally everybody plays with, because they're the clear best characters with the
Yeah,
best combo.
because it's like y'all are all broken in slightly different ways and it's different play styles, and I'm with it. I'm with all of that. Like like again, even I remember with like Injustice, like even with a lot of these shits, like there were always characters that was like these are clearly the higher tiers, and then every once in a while you'd see a nigga like, I know you're not cooking niggas with Goro. And they were really like, and it's not like they doing some cheap, cheesy shit. Like, no, they're whooping niggas with Goro. Like, I literally watched a tournament, a fucking MKX tournament, not even 11, an MKX
They
tournament.
still have tournaments for older Mortal Kombat games.
They're few and far in between. They're not like,
Because
like,
I know there's niggas that still, like, professional niggas that only play one game.
oh yeah,
Like,
facts.
I
No,
see niggas on
that's facts.
YouTube and TikTok all the time just grinding out MKX, doing TODs with random niggas. It's
Yeah.
just crazy to me that there's a new game out, right?
You know what's so fun? Like, it's so wild to see that because every game I've like, at least all the fighting games I've watched have been exactly like that. Like, you'll have Marvel vs. Capcom, right? Where like in its peak, there were the guys that played this day in and day out, and then new games come out, MK11 comes out, MKX come out, like they start moving to new shit. The big crowd of people is gone, but then 2-3 years later, oh shit, yo, we back on Marvel vs. Capcom, and then it's some kid you never heard of who's 16, and he's gonna fucking violate you
Because he been playing the game nonstop for
because
fucking
he has
six
been
years.
doing nothing but playing this shit since like, and again, he ain't picked nothing up. He don't care about no Mortal Kombat, not no damn
And he don't
Injustice.
even try to use different characters. He been grinding out with this. Niggas gonna hit you with
Literally,
TOD with Dante every
like
time, guaranteed.
that's the beauty I think with so much of this shit is like like people are discovering new tech in Marvel versus Capcom, and that game is like a decade old.
Probably more
Like
than a
like
decade.
they're literally like, yo, did you know you could do this move and then get a double dash? And niggas is like, damn. That character already was broken, but damn, like, okay, wow, all right, wasn't aware. Like,
I
mhm.
oh no, go ahead, go ahead.
Oh yeah, no, I mean, that was go ahead, you good.
I was just gonna say I love fighting games. I just wish I was better at them. Like, because I literally play every fighting game that comes out, like without fail. I bought Street Fighter 6. I already pre-ordered Mortal Kombat, and I'm damn sure gonna get Tekken. I love picking up a fighting game, playing it for a few months, and then going off to do something else. And then every once in a while, I'll just go back to it. Like I was playing Fighter Z a couple weeks ago, just randomly. You just fighting games is just the game that you can always go back to and have a little bit of fun with, and then put it back down. And it's never changes really.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think that's one of the things because especially for people who are serious, like even if you don't got like even if you're not playing online, there's always shit to lab. You could just get in the lab and do some shit.
Hmm.
So it's like I see so much of that. Like, and I've seen that. Perfect example is MKX, right? Like when MKX was popping at its most popping, like the guys who play Injustice, the guy who played MK11, like those guys and those people, those were the kings. But then think about it. Once 11 comes out, they move on from X. So then
Hmm.
what happens is when you have a tournament for MKX 2 years later, there's gonna be a few guys who are like, yeah, I was nasty in this when I last played this. Yeah, that's cool. But it's kids that's been breaking this game for the last 3 fucking years, like where they've just been breaking, pushing this shit to its limits. They took everything you did in your heyday and they just been building on it. And you gonna come back thinking like, it's just muscle memory. I pick it back up, I'm gonna get nice again. You will. You absolutely will. Unfortunately, this little 19-year-old nigga has been playing this shit since he's 15, and he has not played another game since.
That's
So
dedication. I respect it.
yeah, it really is. It really is because like I'll see it like because I mean I follow like a certain dude, Destroyer. Is like he's a FGC nigga, and I've seen him like he'll host these Mortal Kombat the MKX tournaments, and literally like it might be like a year in between each one, like 6, 8, 9 months in between each one, and every time he hosts it, it's like invitationals. But every time he hosts it, there are new names as the niggas I've never heard of using character like you know what I'm saying. Like some people will use like you'll see certain character like it's always gonna be a Tremor. It's always gonna be a Quan Chi and some of these other, but then it's like, yeah, I'm about to smoke y'all with Tanya. I'm about to
Mhm.
bake y'all with Goro. Like, I'm about to just start picking niggas who you're
I'm
just
about to
like,
pick Leatherface.
yeah,
Wow.
listen, buddy, I'm picking Ferrator and I'm gonna dog the shit out of you.
Thor.
Like literally, like to the point to where like you said, Leatherface is a perfect example. Like you get a nigga who you just like, and mind you, he's been playing Leatherface nonstop for 3 years. Brother, I promise you, he's gonna hit you with a mix-up you have never seen before. Like, you played that game professionally, won tournaments, got top eights, and you are going to get hit with shit you have never seen before.
I couldn't even fathom playing MKX online right now. I just know the very first match I get into, I'm gonna have an aneurysm.
Oh, it's monsters. It's monsters out
It's
there, bro.
nothing but monsters because everybody normal moved on.
Because mind you, we're talking like at this point, MK1 is coming out what next month? Like you're
Yeah,
basically 2 games behind. So the only niggas still playing MKX are demons. Like,
literally. It's probably only fucking 50 lobbies running at any given time, and all 50 of them lobbies got niggas that can qualify for the top 100 in the country.
yeah, I mean, I see it all the time. Like, for example, it's like I still be watching the StarCraft tournaments, right? Like when I tell you niggas are discovering tech in a 25-year-old game, brother. Like the game is 25 years old. That shit
See,
blows my like. This game came out. I think the expansion came out in 1998.
shout out to the developers though for putting so much stuff in the game that niggas can still find out new shit
Oh yeah, and the
25
thing
years later.
was they also remastered the game in 2017, and that really brought a lot of new
Oh yeah.
popularity to the game. But the craziest part is like literally like I've seen one where there was a guy like mind you, it's like so in that it's like strategy games, like real time strategy. So it's like you pick a race, and every race has their distinct advantages, disadvantages, all that shit. And there's only 3 races, right? And so
Hmm.
you'll have a guy who's played one race his whole career for like 16, 17 years. Either
So
or
all the
10.
races are different and they all have different like variations and abilities and stuff.
Yeah, different abilities. Their
Right.
gatherers do different things. Like you all have the same sort of type of units, but like everyone's unit has different drawbacks, different pluses, pros, cons.
Right.
There's certain shit that, and the thing is, this is a game made again. The game was made in like the '90s, late '90s. So it's like the game was made without. I wouldn't say it was made without balancing in mind, but it's not like a modern day game. You get what I'm saying? So there's certain things that are just part of the charm of the game, where it's just like there's certain features that are buggy to this day. And there's never been patches to address that specifically because they're like, well,
You
we
can't
made a
patch the game from the 90s.
well,
Wasn't no patch back then.
they could, but the thing is, they're like, well, we made a whole separate, we made StarCraft 2, and that
Oh,
cleaned up so many of the different things that people complain about. But the problem with that particular game is the community is so divided. Niggas who play 2 typically do not play the first one anymore. And
mhm.
niggas who play the first one typically do not because they're games that are so drastically different from each other. Like the niggas who are the best in the world at 2 pretty much are like they'll basically understand and know the gist of what 1 is, but like they'll never be one of the best players. Like there's only like a
Yeah,
few, like 2 maybe, literally 2 niggas examples of niggas who were like they were good at both. Like
yeah,
I was top 8 in this and then top 20 in that other one. But like if you want a guy who's top 8 in both, like that doesn't exist because the games are that drastically different. But
yeah.
it's like I'd literally seen a video of a dude who was talking about some shit from the first one. And it's a Korean guy. He's in his stream and he's talking da da da. And somebody in the chat's like, "Yo, I tried this thing like to stop this certain move, like this certain build that people do, da da da, this and that." The guy tries it and he's like, oh shit, damn, like that kind of damn, that changes the whole damn." And think about it. You're a professional. You've been doing this for decades. This is a guy in your chat. Like this is just a guy in your chat. He's just like, yeah, so I was just fucking around like on my little map and shit. Like, and I was just thinking, like, oh shit, like I think I did it by accident. So I tried to recreate it. And I realized you can stop a cannon rush entirely if you just freak the doo-doo-doo with the blah blah blah. And the nigga's like, that's crazy. Let me try that. Did it once on stream. Oh shit. Even niggas in the chat is like, hey, yo, what the fuck? Because mind you, these niggas in chat have also been watching this for a decade.
Yeah.
And so they're like, nigga, I've seen some of my favorite players lose to this. And you telling me a guy in chat is just discovered some groundbreaking shit 20 years into the game's life. Like shit is nutty.
That's
That's like
just
a nigga.
the gamers, man. You know, I
That's
don't
like
give
a
enough credit to gamers, but
nah, facts. Like niggas, this is a job for niggas.
literally.
Like you like that's like imagine a nigga like discovering some game breaking shit from Counter-Strike today. Like you know what I mean? Like it's like dog. For a 20-year-old game, like how did you just and it'd be some shit like some of the best Counter-Strike players in the world try it. Oh shit. Oh, yo, this is crazy. Hold on. Nah, this is kind of crazy, bro. This is crazy, actually. Like that shit blew my. But what else? What else? We still on video games. We still on video games. Baldur's Gate 3. I know you were, I believe it was you or Reef, or maybe both of y'all, who was sort of unfamiliar with Baldur's Gate. Um,
I
Baldur's.
don't
Mhm.
know anything about D&D. The only thing that I know about D&D is that one Dark Alliance game we played like at the beginning of the pandemic, and we played it for 2 weeks and put it down.
Oh, the literal Dungeons and Dragons game. Yeah,
Yeah. Isn't this also a Dungeons and Dragons game?
yeah. No, but it's along the same vein in the sense that, funny enough, Vivendi is the same studio that made Baldur's Gate. So Baldur's Gate
No, that's funny.
and Leisure Suit Larry came from the
Oh,
same
yeah.
guys.
That's fast. These just some nasty niggas. All the fucking in Baldur's Gate and all the old time fucking Leisure Suit
That's
Larry.
funny as fuck. Yeah, y'all had Baldur's Gate on the Game Boy Advance. That sounds insane. Um, but yeah. So anyway, basically, Baldur's Gate was essentially. Now I can't speak to the new one. I haven't actually even seen the gameplay from the new one, so I don't know what it's like. I've seen a bunch of stuff about it. But
I've
I just
seen
know I'm not.
other game studios shitting their pants because of it.
What do you mean? Like, what do you mean by that?
Like they're saying that this game is unrealistic and we can't be held to these standards going forward. So like basically other
But you
studios
will
that
be.
make shitty games are basically like, come on man, y'all can't expect us to be doing this.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, you're
That's
gonna
a
have
crazy
to.
take to have as opposed to just making better games.
Yeah, that's an insane take to have. But this game is and it's funny because and maybe I'm wrong, and I'm sure if someone else has played Baldur's Gate, you can probably correct me because unfortunately the last time I played Baldur's Gate was in 2001, right? But it's like I don't remember there being so much like straight up dice rolling. You get what I'm saying? Like I remember, at least from what I remember, when I played Baldur's Gate in 2001, it was basically Diablo. for all intents and purposes. Like
That's
I
kind of what I thought
understand.
this was gonna be when I first heard about it. And then I
Yeah, I
saw
mean,
gameplay, and I was like, "Oh, this is literally like Dungeons and Dragons, the video game."
yeah, and that's literally what it is though, right? Like it's literally Dungeons and Dragons, the video game. Like there's the dice roll, there's the tactic system when you're fighting. There's you know what I mean? Like it's rolls on everything. And I was just like, I'm not gonna hold you. I can certainly say with a level of certainty this is not my bag.
Mhm.
But I think with the depth that's gonna be in it, with the level of detail that they probably put in it, I mean, the people who love this shit, they're gonna like this is gonna be y'all. This is gonna be y'all Elden Ring. You know what I mean? Like this is gonna be y'all one, y'all classic, yeah, the big
Yeah.
one, nigga. So I mean, I think again, it looks nice. The story seems somewhat interesting. I did see some critiques of elements of the story, and I thought they were very true. I do think it's like, you know, it unfortunately it comes with the territory. Like, if you have a fantasy RPG, them putting racism in the story just comes with it. Like that's just kind of. It's funny how in a fantasy world where you can imagine and live and pick anything, racism is always on the table.
Yeah, there's always gonna be lower class niggas,
Yeah, right.
little dwarven
Always
dudes.
some goblins or some devils or something where it's just like we
Yeah.
hate. I don't like Yokan. Like it's always gonna be that. Which again, I think to me, I think there can be some nuance where you can make that nice. But I think the critiques I saw were pretty much just like it's cheap. It's poor story writing, and it's like it's an easy cop out
Mhm.
because all you know what I mean, and it happens right because like at least give it a nuanced take, right? At least try like okay, cool. They don't like these group of people because one of the people from their past was responsible for this. But like again, in real life, is that like if we're gonna try to emulate real racism, can we at least try to add some real life nuance to it? Because we see racist people in real life still put their racism aside at times. You know what I mean? Like in these games, niggas is willing to die over that. Nah, bro, I told you, I'm not rocking with no dwarves, bro. No, never, nigga. I smoke this little dwarf nigga. Like they just not with it. Like whereas in real life, it's like, bro, niggas will put that aside for a greater good or something. Like or niggas will be like, oh shit, if I can make money off them, I'm cool with that. I mean, it is what it is. Like so, but and I think that's true of a lot of these fantasy games. Any pick any fantasy game where you can pick a race of people. There is a race that is a stand-in for like black folks or whatever it is. You know what I mean? Like there's just it's just always how it goes. Oh, we don't like your kind. What you a druid? Ugh, nigga.
It's funny you said druid because druids are like the main racist niggas in Baldur's Gate.
Yeah, right, yeah, sure. Like exactly. Like so it's like I get that. But again, Dragon Age had that. Like there's so many games. This is just a trope. Like it's almost like the jump scares in a horror movie. You get what I'm saying? Like it's just that recognizable of a trope that it's I think the developers just get lazy because they're like, look, people expect this from us, so we got to give it to them. And it's like, well, no, you don't have to give anything to them. Like they're gonna like whatever you put out. You don't necessarily gotta, you know what I mean, do that. But that is what it is. Again, I still think the game looks good. I think the game looks great. I think it'd be a great game to watch. I personally am. I'm just not willing to play a game this fucking serious.
Yeah, like you said earlier, it's not my bag either. I was actually disappointed when I saw what it actually was because I thought it was gonna be like Diablo. And I'm like, okay. Everybody was saying it was better than Diablo, so I'm like, I'll take a better Diablo. I have fun with Diablo, and then I saw it and I was like, oh, this is literally like. And then also the type of it's like point to click.
Yeah, listen. I'm watching a gameplay video right now. The first 40 minutes, I would rip my fucking hair out playing this. I don't like this. It looks amazing. Like again, like I'm not gonna take nothing from you in terms of like if you're the nigga who likes this, this will be nigga. This will be a game that you'll play for years.
Yeah,
This just is not my bag, not my joint at all. Like, and mind you, it's not. I'm cool with the turn based shit. I'm fine with that because I think nowadays a lot of people just they are not turn based niggas. Like they can't play turn based games.
you know, it's
And I
crazy. When I was a kid, I hated turn-based games, but the older I get, I'm starting to not mind it now.
which is funny because it tends to go the other way, honestly.
Yeah,
because people tend to now get older, like, oh, that turn based shit. But it's like honestly, I do enjoy the turn based. It's
Yeah,
not that it's not like I don't have so much so of a problem with it. I just think the pacing sometimes suffers, and sometimes you got to figure out the balance between like true turn based and sort of like a timer based, where it's like, all right, it ain't necessarily turns, but I'm gonna add enough delay to certain things to where it's basically turns. Like it's
yeah.
turns without turns.
I think Persona is what made me get into and start appreciating turn-based games.
Mm.
And then there was a One Piece game that came out last year that's turn-based, One Piece Odyssey, and I had some fun with that. So that's kind of bringing me back around to turn-based. And then they're coming out with is it a remake or a remaster? I think it's a remake of Final Fantasy X and X2, which is my
Mm.
favorite Final Fantasy game. So
Oh, you
I'm
said a
definitely,
remake.
yeah. So like the different Final Fantasy 7, remaking it from the ground up.
Is it a remake? Oh, it is a remake. Because
So
they already did the remaster. That's true. That is right.
yeah. So I'm definitely playing that shit 'cause that's my favorite Final Fantasy game. So I got nothing bad to say about turn-based games.
Yeah, no. Like, and it's funny because I like so I to this day I don't know, and maybe I guess somebody can let me know. I do not know the difference between Persona and Shin Megami Tensei. I have no. It's the same game, is it not? What am I missing?
I've never played Shin Megami Tensei, so I don't know. Is Do they
It's
have
like
stands in Shin Megami Tensei?
I mean the Nobino or whatever the race is. Like they have the. To me, it looks like it's the same game.
Let's
So
look
that's
it
the
up.
part.
It might be in the same universe.
I mean, I think it is. I think it's literally the same shit. Like, so I'm just like, to me, I just don't like. Apparently, Shin Megami Tensei is much more serious.
Wait,
Uh,
I think they are literally the same game. I just looked up Shin Megami Tensei, and I'm looking at a title right now: Shin Megami Tensei Series Persona 5 Royale.
I think if I'm not mistaken, it's the same universe. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like the same
Yeah,
sort of thing like that. Like, so I don't know. But yeah, no. I mean, I played Shin Megami Tensei, which is all turn based, and I think there's definitely room for turn based games. I think they're great, and I think that shit still works. I don't think I don't. I wish y'all just don't believe the hype. Like, don't believe these niggas telling y'all nobody wants to play that. Like, no, we still jacking it.
I mean they
Like,
made like 30 different versions of Persona 5, so niggas
yeah,
definitely buying it.
yeah. And there's 5 Shin Megami Tensei, so actually, shit, it might be 6. No, never mind, just 5. But what else? What else? That's video games. That's video games. What else we got?
Is there any more video games? Is
Nah,
that
that was mostly it. That was mostly it. Shit. I guess while we on the topic of entertainment or media, you want to talk about some movies?
Yeah, what movies you got in mind? What's going on with the movies?
So I was gonna do Blue Beetle.
Okay.
Talk about Blue Beetle. I was gonna talk about remember what I said before the pod started? I was gonna talk about Bradley Cooper and this new movie he doing. And then
I've been
Oh,
yeah,
you seen it, huh?
I didn't see the movie. I seen the picture.
Oh yeah, right. No, that's what I meant. That's
Yeah,
what I meant.
yeah, I seen that.
And then I
Yeah.
guess the last thing I was gonna talk about was sort of just movie discourse. Like there's been a lot of sex scenes in movie discourse, and I feel like it's been very dishonest. I do hate when we have those sort of discourses, and you know what I mean. Like people discourses is funny, but when we have discourse and people will purposely misrepresent like an opinion, you know what I'm saying? Like they'll purposely misrepresent what people's gripe is with something just to make you look away, and it's just like, okay, you know what you're doing.
So what's the discourse?
So the discourse is there's been a lot of younger kids, and by younger kids I mean like 18, 19, 20, 21, I guess.
Yeah, those
And
kids that's children.
probably younger than that even, that have pretty much been growingly frustrated or upset or whatever, emotion you want to insert here, but they've just been a bit frustrated with the excess of sex scenes that really don't add anything to these movies or to the plot or to the character development.
Hmm.
Um, and I think what I've seen a lot of is just a lot of people pretty much just saying like these scenes don't add anything. A lot of them seem like filler. A lot of them just seem like a chance to just throw sex in there. And it's like they're basically saying like a lot of times it just takes away from shit. It just seems ham-fisted. It's like certain times it's like it just seems like you move shit around just to watch them fuck. And that's it. Like it'll be a
Mhm.
scene where two characters will have sex in a series, right? In a TV show. 2 episodes later, it's almost as if them having sex didn't even matter. Like no one cares, no one brings it up. It's never mentioned again. It doesn't tie into anything later on. So it's just like you just wanted to show us fucking. Um, and so that's that one side, and then the other side, I feel like is being very dishonest because I think there's some very real critiques in that, but I think they're basically misrepresenting it as, oh, these kids are Puritans. They're watching movies with their parents, so of course they don't want sex scenes in there. And these kids are just basically saying like, not everything in the movie has to contribute to the plot because if that were the case, you could just read a Wikipedia page and blah blah this and that. And it's just like that's a very dishonest interpretation of what their gripe
Yeah.
is. Because you know that their gripe is not just if it doesn't contribute to the plot, then it shouldn't be in the movie. That's not how this works. No one's saying that because if that were the case, every movie would be 45 minutes. Seriously. Because half of that shit that you're adding in, the scenery, the shots, some of the character development isn't necessarily strictly tied to the plot. A lot of it is just, I want you to feel closer to these characters. I want it to feel more realistic. I want it to da da da. So it's like, to pretend like all these kids are talking about is like, oh, well, we just, if it doesn't advance the plot, it shouldn't be in the movie. That's not what they're saying. And I think you know that. I'm pretty
You
sure
do.
you know that. Like, like, I get the feeling you know that, actually.
I know you know.
And then so literally the one I saw was they were talking about Oppenheimer, right? So obviously Florence Pugh is in the movie. Apparently her Yiddies is out,
There's a
and
sex scene in Oppenheimer?
yes, apparently because Oppenheimer had a side joint who's played by Florence Pugh in the movie. And listen, as far as I'm concerned, I like Florence Pugh. Her Yiddies is out. 3 hours. I'll find it. I'll find the scene. I'll watch. I'll
Nah,
watch.
you a sick nigga.
Um,
Devious behavior.
shit. If I'm sick, hook me up to IV, please. I need that.
This
Hook
nigga
me up
about
to
to
an IV.
scour 3 hours just to see a pair of
I'm
titties.
not. I'm that picture of Kevin Durant in the hospital bed with the hook me up, nigga. I need some. I need that morphine. Somebody tap that IV, yo. Make sure my shit's straight. I need 50 cc's of titties stat. Um, but yeah, so apparently in Oppenheimer, there's a scene, and there's like, the scene where, I guess either they have sex or she's just, I don't know, sexual, whatever it is. And so
Mhm.
basically, again, what happens is the other side, right, that's misrepresenting the arguments will find somebody like, Jonathan02867 on Twitter who has a shit take. He has 7 likes on it,
Okay. Blow it up.
and they'll sit up here and they'll retweet it and dunk on this guy for points, of course. But then the problem is they'll do that so often that then y'all will act like these people represent
The
the
larger
other
group than they
side of
really
this
do.
argument, and they don't.
Yeah.
And you know that they don't because you're going out of your way to, like, perfect example of this. We talked about this on a pod literally. Do you remember when we talked about how people, quote unquote, were saying what's his name? Michael Myers was homophobic. You remember that?
Oh yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
then when we went to go look at the article, there were tweets with 2 fucking likes on them. People aren't saying this. Somebody is saying this. That's different than people. You get what I'm saying? Like, so it's like y'all will purposely find a guy with the worst take on this and pretend like he's speaking for the larger group at hand. And it's
What
just
do
like
they
that.
call that? That's a scapegoat, right? They prop this nigga up.
Some like, yeah, essentially. I mean, I'm sure there's probably another term for it, but it's just like that's the part that blew mine where I'm just like, dog, because I listen, my question is name 5 sex scenes that added something to a movie for real. Or a TV show. Name 5. Because I guarantee you, I can give you 5 from 1 or 2 series alone that did nothing for the series or did
Yeah.
nothing for the story. And that's what I'm getting at. That's what I feel like their bigger point is. It's not about Puritan. I don't want to see sex on the screen. First off, okay, you know what? Let me give you. Let me throw y'all some. Shoot y'all some bail.
Also, before you get into it, but
Mhm,
the whole Puritan, I don't want to see sex things. Republicans and not just Republicans, lawmakers as a whole, because even Democrats are guilty
mhm.
of this, but they like to push this narrative that the younger generation, everybody is fucking, everybody's into sex, everybody's a sex crazed drug fiend.
Mm-hmm. Miscreants.
So how are y'all now saying that everybody's a Puritan and niggas don't want to see sex
Right,
scenes? One
right,
or the
right,
other.
right, right. And to me, not to mention, like, these kids are not the ones even subscribing to the puritanical movement. Like, that's also the misrepresentation. And you know this. Again,
Mhm.
the same kids who making these critiques, if look through their TikTok pages, look through the brother, you know that's not a conservative. You know that's not a nigga checking for Charlie Kirk. Like, you know that. Like, so that's the other part that again is insulting to me. Like, you know better. You just don't want to really address what they're saying because
Yeah,
it's like the other point that I was gonna say is that not only like again, you can't name 5 scenes that really added something to the character. I can name a few stories where the sex scenes are dubious to me. Perfect example is that Nat Turner movie. Remember that Nat Turner movie with that black dude that directed it?
uh, unfortunately,
And you
the
know where I'm about
dude
to go
that
with this. Yup.
yeah,
Yup. He was accused of some essay
some
when he
fake.
was in college,
Hmm.
and he rewrites the story of Nat Turner to include an SA scene in there when historically that isn't even what happened.
I see what you're getting at. So a lot of directors are
They're taking
adding
creative
things.
liberty. Right. So you're adding a scene we didn't and here's the
Oh,
thing.
this reminds me. Wasn't there a book, a director that or a book writer? Somebody made a movie where like a professor and a student like start a relationship, and then it came to find out that this director or this book writer, I forgot who it was, this actually happened to them, and this is their real life.
Oh, what's that name? It's that name that
You know
listen,
what I'm
don't,
talking
don't
about?
it's the name, it's that movie that them white gay people love.
Yes, yes.
I know exactly what you're talking about. I can't think of the name of that shit. Yeah, but no, literally the director was a creep, and he was basically writing his fucking fanfic. He was writing his self-insert. Um, Call Me by Your Name. That's what it was.
Okay, yeah.
Call Me by Your Name. Right? Yeah,
It
word.
seems like a thing that a lot of people do. Like they just
You don't
take these
say.
liberties and add these scenes that nobody
Mm-hmm.
needs just because. Well, hey, I like fucking. I'm about to add
Yeah,
some fucking to this
and I'm gonna
movie.
and I will tell you 2 things. One of which will benefit the niggas who are.
Hello,
Hello.
can you, can you hear me?
Okay. Hello, hello, hello.
I don't know if I cut out or if you cut out, but I didn't hear anything you said.
See, my mic just cut out in the middle of all that shit. I'm sorry, but
Oh, okay. I thought I was lagging. I was just waiting for your
yeah,
voice
no,
to
no,
connect.
no.
Okay.
But
All right. So what do you think?
for me, my first point is listen. I will actually help y'all in your argument a little bit. I'm here to tell y'all right now. I no longer want to see 2 rail thin, stereotypical looking white people have sex on screen. I'm just sorry. I'm just sorry. I personally don't want to see it. So if that makes me a Puritan, then you're right. You're absolutely right. Actually, I'm helping your argument. I don't want to see that shit. One, two. My issue is if we want to do the same thing, like for example, right? Like y'all gonna pretend our movement is puritanical, right? Okay, so let me ask y'all a question. When y'all see 2 gay people on scene, what do y'all think? When it's a sex scene with 2 men, now you see what I'm saying? It's a different discussion now. Now it's not a come on, man, we're all for nah. Now niggas don't want to see that, right? You see how easy it is for me to lie and say that that's your position and that's the position of how y'all niggas are taking. Because I understand there's plenty of people who don't want to see any of that shit, right? They don't want to see trans folks doing that. They don't want to see gay people doing that. That's probably not y'all, and I'm smart enough to know that. But I could throw it on y'all anyway if that's the game we want to play, right? Because I'll just say, well, sure. Well, that's crazy because let it be 2 gay people and suddenly it's a controversy. But 2 raw chicken alabaster skin ass niggas can do it,
Two raw chicken
and
slapping together, making mayonnaise
just
noises.
slap just man, and nobody cares. Nobody, no, at no point, at no point. So that's my whole thing where I'm just like, dog, like y'all got to be honest with this. And to me, again, I keep speaking, especially first of all, like sex in general is already iffy. But then the problem is when y'all talk about adding SA scenes specifically, Yeah, nah, that's got to
If it's
go.
not a movie revolved around like somebody's struggle and their journey or whatever, why do you need to add this?
You know why? Some funny shit, like some funny answer, some silly ass, weird ass answer. And that be my problem. Like, it's just like, dog, I'm not sitting up here telling y'all I don't want to see sex on the screen. What I will tell y'all is I don't want to see the same old sex scenes we've been seeing for forever. One. Two, if the sex scene don't show me nothing and it's not really building on nothing, then I don't care. To be honest.
No, literally,
But
if it's not a movie that's like, a movie based off of people's relationships, what what does the sex scene add?
like, I'll describe a sex scene to you that I would co-sign, quote unquote, right? Let's say you got a movie, right? Or a TV show, whatever the hell it is, right? And you have a character who has been a domineering personality the whole time, right? They're always in control, they're always in charge, they do this, they do that. Then whatever happens, they meet somebody, and that person's basically like, hey, I need you to open up. I want you to open up. And they struggle opening up, right? Then you have a sex scene where that person can finally let their guard down, stop being this domineering person, stop being this strong, superstar person, and they finally decide, you know what? I'm gonna let my guard down. I'm gonna let her take the lead. I'm gonna let her do this. And then that's what the sex scene is, right? And then from that point forward, the character changes, right? From that point forward, it's like, oh, okay, now he's learning to accept in some cases I can't be the domineering guy. I can't be the nigga control. Nigga, do you see how that sex scene, one, fits with the character, two, shows character development, and three, actually extends the plot forward?
Nigga just
That's
created reverse. Uh, damn, I just fucked up my own joke because I can't remember the name of it. 50 Shades of Grey. Nigga made reverse 50 Shades of Grey.
like that be my thing though. Like, it's just like, dog, there's so many ways that if you really want sex to be the vehicle, right, for you to do something, not even necessarily to move the plot forward, just to say something. If you want to actually just be commentary on the characters or this is showing character development, like, it can be done. But y'all are lazy. And that's not why y'all use these sex scenes. And that's my problem. That's ultimately my issue with it. And I feel like that's ultimately some of what these kids' issue is with it. Because the scenes are just gratuitous. You're not
Also,
doing anything with them.
based off of what you just set up, it sounds like it has an integral part to the plot. Like the movie is gonna have sex in it because of the type of movie is in the story. So that is even more ammo for the people saying that it should be relevant to the plot. Because if it's not relevant to the plot, then what the point is it in there for?
I mean, I can see that take. Truthfully told, I don't think, like, I agree with the other side on that. Where, like, if everything in this movie has to be relevant to the plot in terms of advancing the story forward, I mean, I think you get a Wikipedia page. But I do think at the same time there has to be a balance. Like, if
Right,
this is
for
not
sure.
advancing the plot forward, does this give me any extra insight into the characters? Like, does it do it? Like, again, even if this is a plot point to where we see something happen here and it doesn't necessarily pop up again at all in the story, but it shows us something about the characters. But that's the problem. A lot of those scenes don't do that.
Yeah.
Nigga, I watch P Valley, for example, right? P Valley has a few sex scenes, and almost every sex scene in P Valley, one is part of the plot, and then two speaks to the character's either growth or regression at that point in the story, or it has some sort of bigger and longer pause, but some sort of thicker immediate. Wait, hold on. Pause.
Yo, no, there's no way you did that on purpose. You had to have did that on purpose, yo.
It has some of this girth and tonnage. It adds a certain level of tonnage to the. But
Okay, skip me.
But what I'm saying is, like, every scene adds weight to something, even if it's not necessarily the plot. It adds weight to these certain themes around this character, right?
Yeah,
It adds weight to this is a certain type of person, and these scenes are showing their personality through the scene. Like, my thing is, I can deal with all
that's
of that
just
because
called good
even if
storytelling.
it, and it's almost as if that is our gripe. Because look around you. Convince me. Convince you have to convince me. Convince me these movies and TV shows are being written with good storytelling. That's that's kind of the crux of the issue here, brother. We've gotten more sex scenes in the last probably 5 years than we ever have, and they're mostly dog shit. It'd be unrealistic fucking, it'd be porn fucking, it'd be all types of bullshit. And it don't add nothing to the character. It don't say nothing about the characters. It don't mean nothing to the plot. It's just a chance to show some ass and titties.
The only
Granted,
good sex scenes that we've seen in the last 5 years came from The Boys because the shit is
there was a sex scene in The Boys.
yeah. There was a scene where
Oh, the
the
octopus.
not even that's I wasn't even thinking about the octopus.
But
Um,
think about it. It spoke to his character, did it not?
exactly. That's what I'm saying. The Boys, and there was another one. Remember the dude who could shrink?
You're right.
And
Yeah,
then he
yeah,
went
yeah, yeah.
inside the dude's. He went inside and then
Yup.
got bigger and exploded.
Mm-hmm.
That pushed the story forward, and it showed how depraved these niggas were, how coked out of their minds they were.
Mm-hmm. So that's my whole thing, bro. And we're talking about the fucking boys, bro.
Because it's got good writing, even if it's a jokey, haha
Yeah.
TV show.
And that's my problem, dog. Like again, and this is no disrespect to the boys, but I'm sorry. I shouldn't be able to make that comparison. I shouldn't be able to, brother. I should not be saying, look at the boys
As a
on how to
standard,
like that's sad, dog.
and then
Like
Hero Gasm, they had a whole orgy episode.
and even that. And even that meant something. Like again, bro. It comes, and that's my whole thing, right? That's the greater criticism that I feel like the other side that's misrepresenting us is missing. These movies are poorly written and they're poorly put together, and we're not enjoying them. The sex scenes are just one microcosm and one aspect of why this movie's so unenjoyable. But honestly, you look around, you look at a lot of these movies, they're badly written. The pacing sucks. The characters are empty. They're all vapid. Nobody has any depth or any life to them. And when you really look around, that's what we're seeing in a lot of different media landscapes.
Yeah.
Like, this is a great opportunity for me to transition. I don't know if you got anything else, but I'm about to transition. You got anything else?
No, go ahead. Take that testosterone.
Shut your ass. But this is to me, that speaks also to the lifelessness we sing in rap music, right? Like, I think because me and my girl were talking about this yesterday, right? And we were talking about like why do niggas love the women that rap nowadays so much?
Mm-hmm.
And she brought up a really good point. And she was basically saying, like, think about it. Like, name the last artist that like felt like they loved what they did. Like felt like they would get in front of the camera and like like you felt like when the camera was on, they liked being there. Like they wanted to show off. They wanted to get it popping. They wanted like all of that. Like, and I was thinking about it and I'm like, and then so she was like, all right, now I'll make it a little different. Think of the last woman to do that. And I named a bunch. Because most of them are. Like to me, Sexy Red is the perfect example. Sexy Red, you could tell when that camera come on, it's sexy.
Eating it up. Yeah.
Yeah, she eat like just airtime. Like I'm eager. I'm happy to be here. I'm doing a job and I love it.
I agree, but at the same time, is it like because most of the male rappers they already been in the game for a while, so maybe they don't care about being in front of the camera. Because Sexy Red is, she's still new,
Newer
so
act,
she
newer act.
new, so she's more excited in front of the camera. Like
Facts.
if I'm thinking
That's
about like
like Future or so. Yeah, these guys have been in for like a decade. That's facts. That's facts. My counter to that is Nicki Minaj.
she's
My
just crazy.
Right, cool. My counter to that then will also be Cardi B. Cardi B's been rapping at what, at least 6, 7, 8 years.
And
So
she
it's like,
still be eating the camera up there.
and still, when I get in front of that camera, I'm gonna shake this ass. I'm gonna get my bars off, and you going like, and I think that
Meg
is
Thee
the
Stallion?
key difference. Because think about Meg Thee Stallion, another one. Like when you look at the women, the city girls, you can
Oh
come
yeah.
up with 7. You can come up with 100 examples with the women. When you go to niggas, I can only think of one name. And my girl also brought this up, the baby. Listen, you know me. You know me, right? You know
No,
me.
that's
I'm not.
hilarious that it's the baby.
But it is, and that's the
Because
part
his
that
career
blows
is
me.
on support, so he happy to be in front of the camera any chance he gets.
But I'm talking about even before that, in 2020, during the pandemic. Think about it.
Oh yeah, he was
Pandemic.
popping, yeah.
Nobody was dropping music. Everybody was scared to do this, scared to do that. The baby was the only nigga. Ha, let's go. Like he was the only nigga out here who really looked like, bro, I love this shit, dog. I'm having a good ass time, bro. I love this shit, dog.
Niggas just treating this
Like,
shit like a job. They doing
and,
it to get a check.
yup.
They don't love what
Mm-hmm.
they doing.
And that's exactly what you see. And don't get me wrong, I think part of that is even bigger than just the men. I think that's the industry now,
Yeah.
right? Like
I mean, if you look
now,
at not even just rap, just look at rock stars. Niggas they don't have the same presence that rock stars from like the 80s and 90s did. Niggas don't like being interviewed anymore.
One, that's another thing. But two, really think about it like this. There are not that many artists that make like really happy music. Like we don't like it. We don't even want to hear it. Like think about who makes happy music. Lizzo? We don't want to hear that.
I don't want to hear that Target music.
Bruno Mars, and mind you, he's been going for a little bit, but
no, I'll listen to Bruno Mars.
No, but what I'm saying
his music is less happy and more coke fueled.
Hey, a lust for life. Whatever you want to call it. Like the difference is it's like now it's like it's in style to be nonchalant. It's in style to be like you too cool for school. Like it's in style to just be, you know, you gotta act like you've been here before. Like I'm not really. Oh, this is the Grammys. That's what's up.
No, like, you're definitely right. Yeah.
It's just and again, especially with the men, you got so many niggas playing it cool. So many niggas playing it cool. And mind you, even some of these young niggas, like that's the other problem because now the industry's set up to where niggas get 3 years. That's your run. That's your runway. We gonna sign you. Yeah, unless you're a superstar and you can break through that mold, you're getting 3 years. And pretty much anything after 3 years is like, give me an excuse. Give me a chance, brother. Give me a chance to let go of you and take your masters, and you're finished. Give me something. Say something wild about a community you're not supposed to. Skip out on the like fuck around, please, because you done already overstayed your 3-year welcome, and I'm just waiting for it. And it's like it's so fast food now. Like the digestion is so quick to where like an artist can have a banger, get signed, drop an album, drop a mixtape, get a couple hot joints out, and be washed in the span of 2.5 years. That whole arc that used to be a 5-year arc, 6-year arc. It's a 2-year arc now. Like a nigga
is on turbo right now.
Literally. Like, and it's like, think about every new artist you've seen, right? How many new artists came in with just fresh energy? Not many of them. Why? Because so many of them are coming from wherever they came from. This is go back to what you were saying. This is a job. At the end of the day, this is a career option for a lot of niggas. This isn't about the love of the game. It's not about the craft. Like you said, it's not about I love doing what I do. I don't. Actually, I don't. And the problem is when you have a class of workers who literally hate what they do or they just tolerate what they do, like I'm good at this rapping shit. I just do it because it pay the bills. It get me the lean. It get me the drugs I need. Like I just do this to meet my ends, to make it ends meet. But it's like none of them really, and you can see it, you can feel it, you can hear it in the music. And I think the other point that we were making when we were having this discussion, we was talking about how, especially with a lot of the men, like think about how many of these rappers is linked up right now, like, and you can hear it. Perfect example.
You're slurring in every.
Perfect example. V's. I fuck with V's. I really fuck with V's, and I think V's now is getting more promo than he was ever getting.
Who is V's?
V's. Veeze. He's a rapper from I don't even know where he's from, but he's a Detroit type nigga. Like,
okay.
And so V's now is he dropped an album called Ganger not too long ago. Yeah, he's from Michigan, but he dropped an album called Ganger literally this year, and that's probably the most buzz he's gotten, I would argue, ever. I listened to the album, I did not like it, and I'm a fan of V's, but I didn't like it because I can hear him slurring on every single song. Every song is it's like, bro, you're struggling to rap. I can hear it. And I know for me specifically, and some people don't give a fuck. Some people, that's their bag. But that's also the problem. That's become so welcome and so celebrated that now, think about it. A lot of niggas are doing that. Like when Kodak Black, for example, a long time ago, before I knew anything about Kodak Black, I heard that nigga sound leaned up and I said, I don't want to hear this. That was it. That was all. Another example, Gucci. I remember when niggas was shouting and screaming like Gucci was that Nick 2015, 2014, like way, way long ago. I was just like, all that fucking rover, bro. I don't want to hear that shit, dog. Y'all shit trash. And I was adamant. Like that shit is like, I don't want to hear that. I know, and niggas wouldn't agree with it. But I'm still but I just kept hearing. I'm like, I don't want to hear that shit.
It's some niggas that get away with that, like Future, Gucci. Those are two niggas that I'll listen to leaned out music.
But think about it. My thing was, Gucci was spitting. He was spitting the whole time. Kodak Black was spitting. These niggas be spitting. I can't tell, nigga. Because
So
it's not even
like
hitting
too
the way it's
negative.
supposed to.
Yeah, because it's even worse now when niggas be leaned out or pilled out and they not spitting. Like y'all not even
Right,
really
yeah.
saying shit and y'all
Yeah.
doing the mumbling.
Exactly. Because like
No,
if you
that's
were giving me
trash.
C plus bars on these beats, but it was perfectly clear, I'm fucking with it. I'm fucking with it. But then when you do all that and you just too leaned out, like ESTG is another example, right? ESTG when he first came out, I was fucking with ESTG. Like, yo, this nigga tough. This nigga's tough. And I still think he's a very good rapper. My problem is watching music videos and hearing him, you can just tell. Like, first off, I'm like, ESTG is one of the niggas where I'm just like, listen, we got to get a label involved to get this brother some help. I don't know what's going on, but I'm wishing you the best, brother. But I'm looking and I can hear it in the song. Like now he rapping and it's just, again, it sounds, you got a mouthful of rocks, bro. It's just, I believe so pretty like a tooth for a lot, and I'm like, bro, I remember hearing you 2 years ago and you didn't sound like this. But again, I understand the difference. I understand why it sounds like that. But my problem is, it's like, you combine that with then he getting in the music video and his hairline is it's wild crazy.
Why you gotta talk about the nigga
What
hairline,
I'm
bro? What's
saying is,
right?
because I promise, stick with me for a second, right? All I'm saying is it's presentation.
You saying the nigga not aesthetically pleasing?
I'm saying, come on. I'm saying the nigga don't care too much about his presentation is what I'm getting at.
Okay, yeah.
And my problem is,
oh my god! I just looked up. I just googled ESTG hairline.
oh yeah. You see what I'm saying? Like, bro, you gotta put a beanie on, but it's fine. It's fine. It is what it is, right? My whole point is, yo, that's crazy. I'm not even gonna read that off. I'm not even gonna read that lot. That was crazy. that shit I just read was crazy. But so my thing is, you got like this, and then compare this to the energy of women who rap, right? Just the energy, the bars. Let's be real here. Like, I'm not talking about ESTG specifically. I'm talking about these niggas. Like, the women and the niggas be rapping about the same at this point. Like, y'all bars is about the same. Like, it ain't no difference. Like, there was a point in time where niggas rapped better than a lot of the women that were coming. Now that's not the case no more. That's not the case. Yeah. That's not the case no more. You know what I'm saying? So it's like now, if the bars is the same, except I got way more energy, of course, one. Two, because I'm a woman and I live in this society, my presentability has always been the most important thing. So you know when I show up and I get on cam, I'm finna look right. Like I'm finna look but I'm finna look right. Cause so it's like that's where the women are whooping y'all ass right now. Because it's like they relatively clean. Yo, come on, man. They relatively clean, right? In terms of like the drug use and all that. And mind you, even if they are getting into all the same shit the niggas are, you can't tell, can you? You can't tell.
Yeah, they keep themselves composed if they are.
Like, listen, if you told me the city girls would be, oh yeah, they used to be popping everything, like doing all, I wouldn't know. I certainly wouldn't know because I can't see that. Whereas you look at some of these rappers, you know he needs help. Yeah, you could tell a nike need help, bro. You could tell, yo, yeah, that's a Vike face if I ever seen it. He got the Vike face, like that's a Vike face, bro. Like you know what I'm talking about. You know exactly what.
Do we make niggas lose hair? Because how this nigga hairline get like this in 3 years, bro?
You know what? Again, I don't even want to joke about it because I like ESTG, man. I really do, and I think there was a point where he.
Oh my god.
I know. But there was a point in time where like I seen it and he was online talking about like something about an astigmatism, I think, in his eye or something like that. So it's like, bro, yeah. So it's like again, the niggas is dealing with real shit.
Do I need to go to the doctor?
Yeah, I'm like, brother, go to the doctor and ask him if you need to do something about this. Like, you can't ask me that, bro. Just go. Like, just go and just.
I don't know if it's because I'm a hypochondriac, but if I started seeing shit weird, like if my vision wasn't good, I wouldn't be asking the internet. I'm in an optometrist right now.
Like, especially when you are rich enough to bypass like referrals and all of that type of shit. Like, you could just go to an optometrist. Like,
yeah. Nigga, you can hire an optometrist to come to your crib.
Right, yeah. Like he a barber or some shit.
A pop-up optometrist.
Pay that nigga $400 an hour, right? All right, cool. Like, what does that mean to you, nigga? Like, your chains are $27,000. So yeah, but that was just like a whole conversation we were having, and we were saying the baby was one of the last niggas who had that type of energy. And it's like, when you really think about it, it's so true, because really look at what the baby presented. Take away the energy, right? The
Let's
baby was
go.
making the same song. The bars weren't that good.
The
So be
same
honest.
Scooby-Doo beat.
Right, no, the same Scooby-Doo beat, Flying Dutchman beat. The bars were like iffy, like I'm fucking a bitch in the back of the Maybach. Like, so it's like, think about it. What was the draw?
The energy, literally. The vibes, literally.
The
Niggas just
vibes,
saying
the
vibes.
energy. That's all
Yeah.
it was. Because think about it, he made that same song 20 times. It wasn't until like song 14 that we were like, all right. Like, we went with it for a mad long time because nobody else was doing this. Nobody else is giving us energy. Nobody else makes us excited to hear some shit. I throw on music now and I'm just like, all right, whatever's playing is playing. I don't really care. Like, but
Yeah.
it's like
I can only think of one other nigga that has energy like that.
I can think of his trash. And for reasons that we all know, he got to chill the fuck out. So at this point, it's
I wasn't even gonna say try, but yeah, no, that nigga got a little bit too much energy.
Oh yeah, no.
This nigga got a lethal, some would say,
lethal dose of energy.
I was gonna say DJ Khaled.
Yeah.
That's the only nigga besides the baby that nigga is genuinely joyous every time I see that nigga on camera.
Now the problem with DJ Khaled is,
He's not a
unfortunately,
rapper.
he don't make the music.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I can have all the energy I want when I'm promoing this shit and when I'm on your track, but then if I got two low energy niggas on the song, well, and with DJ Khaled albums, them shits be all-star games. And I mean that derogatory. Yeah, we talked about this. I mean that derogatorily. Like,
Yeah.
it's the best niggas in the world will get on your song and give us C+ effort because they just having a good time. I'm with Khaled. Come on, man. You think I'm about to go with Khaled and think to myself, I gotta out-rap every nigga on this album? That's not what they doing. They show up to Khaled's studio and just, I'm vibing,
yeah. He bringing out the whole ocean, yo. I'm chilling.
He bringing out the whole ocean. Like, so that's but again, I really think that's gonna be the key for some new niggas. Like, bro, y'all gotta come back with some energy, bro. We got too many addicts, too many lean heads, too many niggas that's just they in a dumps, dog. Like, mentally, physically, spirit, all, like, they just don't, there's no energy, there's no vitality. It's none of that. And don't get me wrong, I'm not even blaming the rappers, because this is just indicative of the world y'all live in. Like, it's not even.
I'm thinking this is what is it? This is Ouroboros. This is the snake eating its own tail.
Literally,
it's because the rap game has been set up and has been run by drug abusers for years. Like you said, you mentioned Gucci earlier. A nigga been drinking lean since 2006. Lil Wayne, undoubtedly the most popular drink head in the world,
and you can hear it in his music too.
And you can hear it in the music. So all of these new rappers coming out, a lot of these niggas probably got hooked on drugs because they was listening to Lil Wayne,
facts.
Gucci, Future. And so now niggas coming out, they pill heads, they perked up, they off lean. So they don't have the energy because they literally, whether it's niggas don't want to be interviewed or niggas don't want to be in front of cameras, or niggas just off so many drugs that they physically can't bring that energy.
Yeah, literally. And I think
prophecy.
And that's why it's like, it's not even like I got smoke for the rappers. Like, it's like, I honestly, like, this is a scenario where I feel bad.
I'm concerned.
Like, I'm concerned. I feel bad for y'all because it's like, brother, y'all are in this, like, it's like a hamster fucking wheel. And because the greater society around you is pushing all, like, how do you get the fuck out of it? You know what I'm saying? Like, because think about it. Like, the other example my girl gave was, for example, when Selena Gomez or Miley Cyrus or one of these pop stars is bugging out and just bugging the fuck out, right? Them labels do them interventions and they get them some help and they take their ass to rehab, don't they? What happened when a rapper bug out?
Damn, you think it's a racial connotation here? Like,
I know it's a racial connotation.
They don't fuck about these niggas, so they just let them do.
Absolutely.
Meltdowns.
Absolutely, because don't get me wrong, the pimpery is the same, right? It's just slightly different because I can value these white folks. I just don't value these niggas. So it's like, the pimpery is the same. I'm still trying to juice you, squeeze everything out of you, and throw you away when I'm done. But again, when it's the white artist, I'm willing to go the extra mile to help you along the way because in my head, I'm looking like I want you to
That's my
succeed because that's
famo.
good
That's
for me.
Cuzzo right there.
Not
Yeah.
even famo. Well, I mean, maybe partially that. But I think a lot of it is it's empathy. I just have empathy for them because it's like I want y'all to succeed so you can win and I can win and you winning more helps me win more. But with the rap niggas, you know what they're realizing? These posthumous albums are y'all best albums.
Ooh, this
The
rap
album,
got
the
dark.
album after you die is the best selling album you niggas put out.
Pop Smoke.
And if I have all your rights and I have this and I have that and you're publishing and this and your masters, brother, truth be told, if you were already an act that was underperforming on my label, I'm not gonna say what I would like, but I think you can figure that out. And that's where it gets dark. You get what I'm saying? Because then it's like, oh damn. So you can just see the difference in value. Like, so it's like if I'm a label and I can do all of that for a pop artist, tell me why I can't even just offer it to rappers. I don't have to force them to do it. I can't even offer it to them. Like, and niggas will say, "Oh, well, sure, we told them about this, we told them about that," but y'all didn't push that for real. Y'all didn't put like if you had an artist and you seen he was struggling with something, you wouldn't send him the recommendation like, "Yo, this here you go, here you go." Like, so that's the part where I just think it's nasty work, and I think it's gonna take a lot of the artists doing their own, like doing all that hard fucking work on their own. And it's a shame because, like you said, you got these guys coming from these horrible fucking situations in life, taking a $500,000 signing bonus, not knowing I got to pay you back most of that, and then make some money and recoup on top of that. And I'm blowing it on the shit that you know what I mean? I'm already probably depressed from fucking living in the streets and doing what I had to do to get here. So once I got it, I'm finna smoke, I'm finna drink, I'm finna pop something, I'm finna numb myself from all the shit I done seen and shit I done been through. And the problem is that's the perfect person if I want to take advantage of you. If I want to take advantage of you, that's exactly how I want you. So I wouldn't offer you therapy, right? Why would I? I literally want you like this because this is the easiest person to manipulate. As opposed to somebody who, if I send you to therapy, if I make sure you clean, offer the drugs, if I make sure you thinking properly, nigga, I don't want to negotiate with you, nigga. Nigga, you might listen to your lawyer. You might listen to your lawyer, nigga.
Think about it too. When rappers get cleaned up and go to rehab, they basically disappear.
Mm-hmm.
Remember Famous Dex? That nigga went to rehab and his label hasn't said shit about him since it's been years. And he got cleaned up and dropped off the face of the earth.
Yeah. Because think about it. I would say Famous Dex probably is a guy who underperformed for his label. Then you went to go get therapy, and rehab and detox and all of that shit. And if your music's even worse than before, brother, they'll never hear from you again. Because at that point, they're like, oh, okay, I was already, again, that's what I said. After your time is up, I've been looking for a reason to get rid of your ass. So it gets bleak. It gets nasty. And that's why I feel like, I don't know. I just wish some of the older rappers or somebody's got to step in and really try to get these niggas to see something. You know what I mean? Again, like I said, it all comes down to them. They got to be willing to make the decision. And that's also the hard part. But I think for a lot of these niggas, a lot of these rappers are kids too. That's the part where they're really not. These niggas is 22, 23. Some of these niggas 21. Like they don't know. These niggas do not know no better. They're signing to other rappers who can't save their careers, can't help their careers. But in your head, you're thinking to yourself, who knows the rap game better than a rapper? Probably the label he used to be signed to. But don't worry about that. You're gonna sign to this rapper anyway. He's gonna launder money through this label and probably do nothing for your career. Because that's usually how this goes.
Did you see that Yo Gotti almost lost 20 houses because he didn't realize that he had to pay property taxes on houses that he outright bought? And this is a nigga that runs a label with multiple rappers under it.
Yeah, runs the label, by the way. Don't know if you guys know. He's a CEO, by the way.
Property taxes.
Yeah, right. And that's what I'm saying. And it's not like, that's not even like, oh, I'm slandering Gotti. That's just, dog. That's who you are signed to. That's the person in charge of your career. Which brings me to my next point. Oh, the transitions is cooking today. But, you know, you got to watch who you put in charge of your career and who you put in charge of your shit. And the reason I bring this up is because Druski is starting a sports agency.
No, I saw this, and I'm gonna say exactly what I said in the tweet. Signing your life, putting your life in the hands of the he Instagram chuckle man is crazy.
Instagram chuckle man, it's crazy. Yo, put some respect on his name. He been on TV too.
The okay, so the he funny guy. That's how I'll say that, because he's been on TV. He's probably been in movies too, honestly. So I'll you know what? I'll go
Me.
full respect. I'll call him a comedian.
I'll go full respect. I'll call him a comedian.
I'll give you the full title, not even the Instagram chuckle man. Putting your life, your livelihood, your future in the hands of a comedian. Would you trust, I don't know, Bill Burr to negotiate your sports contract?
Hey, look, some people would trust Antonio Brown. So,
I'm
so I mean,
and it's not even
so
nothing against Druski. I like Druski. I think it's funny, but
I love, bro. I think Drewski's very funny. I
it's
just
like
don't. I
it's
don't
like
get
Kanye
this
said,
part.
what the fuck does Lady Gaga know about cameras?
It's
What the fuck does a comedian know about sports
it's
agency?
the way he said too. You got Lady Gaga. I don't get it. He has the could have been records, which again is not fake.
And
It's
also,
fake.
I respect his hustle though. Like anybody that signed to him is dumb as fuck, but more power to him in all his endeavors.
No, absolutely. Like that's my whole thing where I'm just like, brother, like in
Get your
no
bag.
way am I shitting on you because I see how this ends. If you do this the right way, the best way you can, you sign a bunch of people, you get a bunch of numbers under your books, like, oh yeah, we got this amount of money on our books. I was a successful sports agent, blah blah blah, boo boo boo, and then you sell it for a good sum when it's big enough. Because that's really how black business works nowadays. We
Literally.
build something big enough to get it bought, right? Like it's not about I don't want to build this and compete with. That's not. Nobody's really into that. It's really just listen.
That's why
I
niggas still don't have shit. Because anytime a rich nigga gets big enough, they sell out.
mm-hmm. Or cash in, sell out, whatever you want to call it. Like either way, they're giving up ownership because it's like, all right, boom, I got how much money under my? I got $400 million in contracts at my sports agency, and then like, oh, okay, cool, we'll buy the agency for 135 million. So, pew, and they're gone, like out of here. They're like the road runner, nigga. So again, more power to him. He signed a defensive end from Florida, the Gators, Princely Uman Milian. Oh, I'm fucking your name up. You African. All power to you, brother.
Oh,
I
oh
fucked that
man.
last name up.
He would get a nigga. He would get an African.
Now he would. What does that even mean?
No, I mean like he would scam a nigga from overseas
Oh no,
because his
not a nigga
career
from
got really
overseas. That nigga was probably born in
no,
Miami-Dade County,
I know.
brother. Like
It's funnier for the joke, okay? He's getting a foreign national for his sports agency.
foreigner. But oh my god. Okay, hold on. I'm about to read something to you. This man's name is Princely, right?
Right.
He has 3 brothers. You want to know their names?
Not with this tone of voice you're taking. No.
With this tone of voice. So there's 4 sons total.
Is it Kingsley? Is Kingsley one?
No, 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 no. It's worse than that. There's 4 total brothers. There's Princely, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then there's Prince.
Come on now.
Then there's Prince Will. And then there's Princeton. Like
I want
I
the parents arrested.
I feel you know what the funniest part is? The parents' names are Austin and Martina.
No! Come on
like,
now.
like they discovered the word Prince. It was just like, yo, I'm fucking with this concept, bro. Like,
Yeah, my
I'm
family
really
royalty.
this royalty. I'm jacking this, bro. Like, I promise you. But yeah, so like this one again, I just don't know. I just don't get it. I don't get why we would be doing this,
Prince
but
Will is crazy.
Prince Will is wild. Yeah, Prince Will. That don't even make. It don't even make sense. It just doesn't. It doesn't make any sense. Like Prince Will, Princeton,
Prince Will.
Prince Lee, and then Prince. I don't know who was first. Prince, probably.
Had to be. Because there's no way you started with one of these other jagged ass names. It's Prince.
Jagged ass names. Oh man. All right. Okay. Okay. So we got a lot of shit to cover, unfortunately. So let's see if we can speed through some of this other shit. Because this is a very long agenda. But
You didn't even post the agenda, so I don't even know.
what do you did? It's in pod agenda. What are you talking about? Oh, I didn't put it in general. Yeah, no, but it's in the agenda channel.
I just thought this was from last episode. My bad.
Oh man, that nigga can't even read. But back to because I know we skipped over movies for a second, and we gonna go right back to this because there was something.
This seems like a bit of a unalive him. That seems like that's a jump.
He said, "Damn, y'all strict."
All right, so yeah, let's go back to the nigga from Hangover.
So Bradley Cooper. Oh boy, we got him. Let's talk about it, guys.
Now,
so Bradley Cooper.
Is this situation? Is it his fault? Like, is he the director of
100%? This is his fault. I don't give a fuck what happened.
No, but I mean, like, sometimes you're just an actor. You just, the props department do some crazy shit, and you just
Hold on, let me look a little further. Netflix released the first trailer to a romantic biographical drama, which was also directed and co-written by Bradley Cooper.
Okay, pack it up. Get him out of here.
Yeah, pack it up. You are the director.
Pack him up.
So, for those who are very, I wouldn't even say uncultured, but for those who don't follow,
for those who are lucky.
For those who are lucky. Bradley Cooper, who is from The Hangover, A Star Is Born. Was that him in Silver Linings Playbook? Was that Bradley Cooper?
That was.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. Damn, Bradley Cooper got a few. But anywho, Bradley Cooper of those songs or of that fame, is under some criticism. Bradley Cooper has been accused of, quote, Jewface. I'm simply reading the title of the ABC article. That's all I'm doing.
Jewface is great. I get why, but
and they're right. They're right.
This
is Jewface. This is like
Y'all
was
like a menstrual Jewish show. Yeah, no,
if y'all was cooking Jamie Foxx, I want Bradley Cooper under the jail. I want Bradley Cooper in the hell over this.
Yeah, tar and feather in the streets for everybody to watch.
Like, so I'll post it in the chat. That
is a honker. I'm not gonna lie, but
that's the fake, right? Now, let me show you what the real guy looks like next to Bradley Cooper with the prosthetic on. Let me just show you.
There's no fucking way. There's no nigga. His real nose would have been fine.
Okay,
there's no way.
I just wanted to make sure we were. Because I'm literally looking at Bradley Cooper's regular nose, and it looks just like this guy's regular nose. Like, what are we doing?
Decided to do this?
So first off, I'm sorry, but I expect to see the ADL. I expect to see, what's that guy, John Greenblatt or something? What is that his name? I didn't make that up. Don't do that. Jonathan Greenblatt. That's literally his name. The CEO of the ADL. I where you're at, brother. Let me check it. No, you know what? Maybe I missed it. Let me check your Twitter page. That's what I'm gonna do. Okay. Not seeing it yet. Still don't see it. That's weird. Oh, this was another one. We can get into. You know what? I feel like we bring. All right, man. Okay. No.
This is the most anti-Semitic thing I've seen in a long time, yo. This knows, yo. This was approved by multiple people.
Yeah, including him. Like, this is insane.
This is crazy.
I don't even. This is stupid to me. This is stupid. Honestly, it's dumb.
Anti-Semitic.
Because literally, because it's just like, brother, you did not have to do this. 1, 2, you didn't think this would be a distraction. No, you know what? I'm being cynical here. I think this is press. It's negative press, but I think this is press, and I think that's part of the. I think that's nasty to me. Personally.
You think that he really did this just to get eyes on the special? And do you think anybody's gonna actually watch this because of?
No. I don't think you're gonna hate watch a movie about Australia's leading Wait, hold on. Sorry, not Australia. That was just a quote. But who was this guy? Doctor Abramovich. I don't even know who this guy really was. Oh no, he plays Leonard Bernstein. Who the
The
fuck?
bear?
Not the bear.
uh,
So okay, so literally the guy who he's playing in the movie, right? His three children have taken to social media to stand in solidarity with Bradley Cooper.
hello? If a nigga did my family like this, I personally would fly to this nigga's house, and my lawyer has advised me to stop this sentence midway.
Yeah, and basically they're just saying we were consulted for this and da da da. Which I'm not gonna hold you. A lot of times I usually do take the family's word for this. I'm gonna say it, and actually, maybe I shouldn't say it because I think technically they can say I'm anti-Semitic for saying this. But I think the family probably just. I mean, let's be real here. Y'all getting something out of this, like. Yeah, y'all getting something out of this. Come on now. Like, let's be real here. Like, of course, I'm gonna say, oh, y'all doing a movie about my dad when nobody else was finna do a fucking movie about my dad, and it's Bradley fucking Cooper of all people. Oh yeah, okay, yeah, sure. You got the big ass honker. I don't really give a fuck. Go ahead, do your shit.
Who is this guy though? Like, why is he famous enough or important enough to get a biopic?
Oh, I have no idea. I would have to look that up. Let me see. He was a American conductor, composer, pianist, music educator, author, and humanitarian. One of the first. He was the first American conductor to receive international acclaim. He won seven Emmy awards, 2 Tony Awards, and 16 Grammys.
God damn. Okay, yeah, this nigga deserves a movie for sure.
His best known work is West Side Story. Good lord.
He was the musician for West Side Story.
He was the music director of the New York Philharmonic, and
Oh
conducted
my
the world's
god!
major orchestras. Jesus
How did
Christ.
this nigga not have a movie before this?
I couldn't tell you. I simply could not tell you.
If any nigga deserve a movie, it's this nigga.
Yeah, no,
Damn.
he had a concert televised live on Christmas Day to celebrate the fall of the Berlin Wall. This nigga was that guy. Holy
Yeah,
shit.
yeah. And to disrespect this nigga with that Jew face.
I mean, damn. Now I'm looking at the picture of him head on. That nose is kind of crazy, but
Come
like
on
it's
now,
wild
you
because
can't go back now. We have to
no,
put
I'm
him
not
on
gonna go
the
back. I'm not gonna go back. I'm not gonna go back because I'm standing on that regardless. But like,
post a picture of the real nose. I just want to see if if
it's
it
just
will
the
even
front
shine.
on. Like it's definitely like, but I think they still got it wrong because they put too much length on it and not enough.
It's too much point. Like compared
Yeah,
to this
that's what
nigga,
I'm
it's too
saying.
pointy. Like
That's not. That's yeah. Come on now. Like he had a bell pepper nose, dog. Like you
you got
getting it
the
wrong.
fatty.
Don't refer to another man's nose as a fatty ever again. You hear me? You hear me?
Oh,
Oh my god! Say he got the fatty, and not even being a pause worthy statement is insane.
oh man, yeah,
Um,
no, totally too much point on that. They just really wanted to,
Emphasize that he was Jewish. Like I
yeah,
guess, like
literally. That's yeah.
I'm like, bro, you could have had a rabbi or so. You could have found ways. Like I just feel like the nose is cartoonish. But from one movie to another, man. Let's uh let's get into this blind side shit, man.
Yeah,
Because
this shit is yeah.
boy, where
You
do we
want to
even
start with
start?
it?
Yeah,
Yeah, it's like,
I don't
I'm gonna
so
say something that may be unpopular.
okay.
I don't think Sandra Bullock should have to give her Oscar back
Oh, I don't think
because
it's yeah, I agree,
I
to
mean,
be honest.
if you read what niggas saying on Twitter, she just as guilty as the family that was doing the grimy shit. But that's how Twitter is, the mob mentality. Niggas just be
Oh
reading
yeah,
it. But niggas were saying that she should give her Oscar back. But she's an actor. She acted her ass off. Even if it's a fake story, niggas win Oscars for movies that are not based in reality all the time. So saying that she won an Oscar on a fake story or a lie is kind of crazy because that's what actors do 90% of the time if it's not a biopic or a documentary.
oh yeah. Like that's my whole thing. Like I'm like, dog. Like first off, like literally every biopic is a lie. Every single one. Like every biopic is like mostly off. You
Mm-hmm.
know what I mean? Like I mean, and it don't be minor stuff. It's not like you just got a few things. No, like the shit that be off be like,
Yeah, literally, most of these films are pure fiction. Like it'll be like, all right, we're gonna take your story and then we're gonna follow it up until you graduate from college, and then we're gonna freak it. Like, and then it'd be like some story like, all right, so you was in college, and how did you make money in college? You're like, oh, well, I worked in IT, I worked in tech support, and they're like,
Right, you selling drugs to get by.
okay, so you sold dope, right? And so when you you know what I'm saying? Like it literally is that. So it's like, I'll take, yes, you went to college, you struggled through college, and then you used your degree. But we're gonna change everything else about this story. So yes, literally the only thing that they got right in The Blind Side versus the real life story was, yes, a black child needed a home to stay in and he played football. That was about it. That was really about it. But literally in the movie, and the funniest thing is, I'm not gonna hold you, I've never seen this movie.
I saw it once, like a really long time ago, probably like when it first came out. I saw it in bootleg too, so thankfully I didn't support this movie in any way. But yeah, I
Like,
saw it. I don't remember much about it because I was like, not even a teenager, probably a preteen. How old is this movie? Like 2006?
09.
Oh, no. Oh, okay. Well, I was probably like 13 or 14 in 09. So I mean,
Yeah, like, but I literally never watched this movie because I remember, and the craziest thing is in 09, I'm thinking like I was what, uh, 16 years old. I remember just seeing the trailer for this and just not liking anything about this. Like, I was just like, I don't want to watch this. Like this, like I don't want to watch this movie where they pick up this black kid who, for all intents and purposes, is again a word I can't say on stream or on you know on the pod, and they're like his savior. Like, because think about it, right? I didn't know too much about the whole white savior trope or phenomenon when I was 16 because,
yeah,
you
no,
know,
we
it's,
didn't know
it's
shit. We were,
2009.
yeah.
But even not knowing something felt off. Like, and the wildest part to me is like, there's white savior movies and then there's this because this is insane. Like, it's one
This was
thing
the
to,
precursor for white savior.
I
This
would,
is the
nigga,
blueprint, the layout.
this the prototype. This was like, this is like when you beat all the when you beat all of them, and then at the end you
This
just
is
see
the final
Leanne.
boss of white saviorism.
Like, because it's like, dog, I'm telling you, like, they rewrote this with everything. Like, I'm talking about, they did everything. They made the, like, so the dad taught him how to do football. They made it so the dad taught this nigga how to, like, bro,
That's
I seen,
crazy because the nigga was a D1 aspect that was already looking at colleges.
if I'm not
He
mistaken,
literally just
he was
needed somewhere to
committed
live.
to Georgia already. Like, he was
He
already
just
committed.
needed a place to stay. The nigga was already a D1 athlete and committed to Georgia already. But in the movie, the father taught this nigga how to play football.
Mm-hmm.
Also in the movie, they made this nigga seem
Like a dog, perhaps.
yeah.
Like a creature. He was a creature.
He was a
He was a foot. He was a
dog.
football creature in the movie. Like,
Dog. In this movie, they had this nigga chasing butterflies, yo.
oh, man.
Do
No,
you know
hold on.
how insane that is to have a nigga like that's like the sign of no brain activity, a nigga chasing butterflies. That's like Lenny from a Mice and Men type shit.
Son, the scene that blew mine, I saw a few scenes. Niggas was putting up clips and was like, how did y'all ever rock with this movie? And I'm watching the scenes and I'm like, I know 2009 was a different world, but this is insane. Like,
It was
I
back in
seen
2009.
I seen one scene where it was like he took some career, like, you know, those tests, like the what do you call it? Like an aptitude test or
Yeah,
some shit.
yeah.
And he scored poorly on it because, I mean, of course he did in the movie.
He's a
Like, he's
big
an
dumb
idiot,
dumb.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a big football creature.
Football creature.
Me no half career. I just, you know, do that. But he ranked in the 98th percentile in quote protective instincts.
Yo, die.
Protective instincts, bro.
Death by 1,000 cuts.
Son, they called this nigga a Malamute. That's crazy.
He made him a Cane Corso.
They call, they called this nigga. They called this nigga Saint Bernard, bro. That's insane. So like, it's wild. Like, there was another scene where like the mom pull up on some gangsters and she confronts them, and like, oh my goodness, it was just, oh, this shit was sick work, yo. Like, so anyway, the film itself is sick work. But then recently, we're bringing up this 2009 movie for a reason, folks. I don't know if if you haven't heard any of this, oh boy, strap up. Long story short, shortly after the movie came out, actually, Michael Orr pretty much was saying he already was like he was disagreeing with a bunch of the premises of the movie.
Yeah, he's
Basically
been
saying
talking
like,
down this movie for years, way before this lawsuit. He's made it known clearly to every nigga that would listen that he hate this movie.
and so literally like it started there, right? And that's the wild part that is weird as hell, like because it's like, hold on, let's keep going, He's placed in foster care, bumped on the dun. At times he lived on the street. He was a capable student. And he cool, right? A friend's father, who was impressed with his drive and focus, introduced him to a principal of a private school. He began attending the school. He was a sports prodigy. He was nice in the math shit, and he began playing football in 11th grade. And he was getting college scholarship offers before he even was a senior. So he frequently stayed over the home of his classmates. This is the real story, by the way, right? And then once old boy really started to get some bigger offers, then the family was like, "Yeah,
This is the
hey,
family of the friend, or is this a totally random family?
No, this is the toys, the people who Sandra Bullock play.
The friend that how did these people even find out about him? Is this the family of the friend that he was staying with? How did these niggas find him? And
well, he had a friend apparently, and the friend introduced him to a principal of the private Christian school.
Was the principal?
No, not even that. They don't even come in yet, right?
So that's what I'm trying to figure out. How did he, get linked up with him? Because you said he got introduced to the principal. He started going to the school. He was staying with a friend. So
he was staying with friends, a bunch of different friends, okay, right? Okay. One of the friends was this family.
Gotcha. Okay.
Once he got there, right? Their children attended school, and once he started getting widespread attention, they would invite him over, take him shopping, and eventually they asked him to move in and all that other stuff, right? And they said that they planned to adopt him, all of that shit. And he was cool with it, right? Now, this whole thing happens, and so mind you, at this point, they that's the part where in the movie, I had to teach you how to play football. Brother, y'all literally didn't let me in your home until y'all saw that I was going to be a cash cow. So I was there already. So that was the whole thing where he's basically saying his relationship with the family declined as soon as he discovered he was portrayed in the movie as an idiot. And then there was a whole bunch of shit. And so now there's a lawsuit, right? And one of the big questions I saw, and honestly, I feel like I hate this question in situations like this because why would it matter? People were like, well, why did it take so long? And I'm like, bruh. This man told us his story, and y'all, I didn't even see it. Y'all saw that movie. What else is there? I don't care if it took him 100 years, nigga. Who cares? We know he has a case. 100% we know he has a case. So my thing is, I do not, at no point did I ever care or wonder why it took him so long. I asked myself that question for a second.
Like we said before, it's not like this is just fresh hate coming out of nowhere. He's been talking about this movie since it came out. So it's not like he just one day up and decided, no, I don't like this anymore. He been hated it. So I don't get what niggas are talking about when they say why did it take so long. He been talking about it.
Not to mention, talking is one thing, but brother, when you put me in a conservatorship at that age, and I don't even know what those words mean. Perfect example, when we saw the Britney Spears
tricked him into it.
Literally,
he thought they were adopting him. It was a conservatorship. He also didn't make any money off of the movie that made $300 million.
Yeah, and it said that they began negotiating a movie deal. They said they began negotiating a movie deal shortly after the book that this was based on came out in 2006.
Who wrote the book?
Michael Lewis, some guy, I don't know. But Michael Orr even wrote about it he wrote a memoir in 2011, right? Which again, 2011 is 12 years ago. And in this memoir, he's even talking about how he was a high school senior when he signed those conservatorship papers. And he wrote that basically they explained to him that there was no difference between adoption and conservatorship, right? So they a lie. That's a literal lie, right? We know those are different, but they're basically saying that a conservatorship just takes into account how old you are and blah, blah, blah. And of course, mind you, again, straight up line. And think about it. You're a 17-year. I don't care how bright you actually are. I just watched people in the Britney Spears case, grown niggas, not know what the fuck a conservatorship is. So that's the part where it's just let's not act like that's not a easy way to jug somebody, brother. We don't know what these words mean. And think about it. If you're a kid you got something good going for yourself, you got you in this nice family, in this nice house, they seem like they rocking with you. And in your head, you think okay, cool, y'all gonna adopt me. All right, that's what's up. Yeah, that's what's up. I'm with that. And so literally the way that the money came, like they signed all these deals, and basically all the money's going to the family. It's going to the kids. The net profits from the movies go to the kids. Like basically he's cut out all of this, right? And so basically he said Ower has no recollection of even signing the contract, but even if he did, he basically says no one explained any of the implications to him. Because basically it said '07, he signed a contract in '07 where he signed it and he appeared to give away all of his rights, the life rights to his story, to 20th Century Fox Studios without any payment whatsoever.
Unbelievable.
Which again, to me, sounds like a crock of shit in the sense that the only way I can see him signing that is if he don't know what that is.
Yeah.
That's the only way I can see it. And you made sure he didn't know what that was. And so, of course, in the past, this family has even literally denied making money from the movie.
That don't even sound like a believable lie. If y'all sold the rights to this story and the movie made $300 million, there's no way that you made no money.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Not to mention that there's a literal legal filing out now saying that the toys and their, I don't know how to pronounce it, Tuohys. I have toys. I don't know. And their two birth children each get $225,000 plus 2.5% of the film's defined net proceeds. Legal documentation.
This is dastardly. Y'all make money. Your whole family set up for life off
Mhm.
of this nigga's story. That
Off of
y'all
pimping 'em.
Pimping them, literally. This is nasty work, yo.
And they were saying that his career started in '09, right? The film came out in '09. So think about it. You just got an NFL deal in '09. The film comes out in '09. You don't know that you're not getting that money because you're making millions.
No, that's even. Yeah, because if you got money, you don't even realize, when more money's coming in, because your balance is always high as fuck.
Yeah, because like, look, I can look up Michael Orr's career earnings, right, year by year, right? Like '09, he makes 1.2 million. 2010, 6.9 million. Bro, I don't notice.
There's no way
I can't even
you're
tell.
not gonna notice. There's no way you're gonna notice 100,000 coming in randomly, or some random. It's
Yeah,
not insignificant. It's like,
225,000 missing. I'm not gonna know it's missing.
yeah,
And it wasn't until 2016 when he retired that he started looking through some of this shit. And he's like, wait a second. So he eventually hires a lawyer who helped him uncover some of the details of the movie deal and his legal connection to who he thought was his adoptive parents. And then they're saying in February, the lawyer unearthed the conservator document. And that's when he realized, oh shit, these aren't
this
even
all makes
my
sense.
family.
So niggas saying, why would he just
Why did he
not
wait so long? Yeah, like, yeah.
And what Reach just said is crazy. Their main defense was, we are already rich. Why would we do this to him?
Because this is what rich people
Nigga, this is rich people get rich by fucking over people.
Yeah, and I'm rich. I want to get richer. Like that's the other part where I'm just like, I'm sorry, if you're worth 2 million and you see a chance to jug somebody like this, brother, I don't care how rich you already are. This is a once in a lifetime opportunity, and it was, by the way, and it was because think about it, not just the movie, the money that came in from the movie, but think about all the opportunities that fell into your lap
all
because you're the family behind. Yeah, all the rooms you're in, all the people, the handshakes you did, all the people who
they
think
probably made millions off of this.
dog, like again, not directly, indirectly, 6 degrees of separation. It don't matter because you're now shaking the hands of people who would have never knew you existed. You get what I'm saying? Like, so it's a whole different ball game because now you got a whole come up off his back. So even if like that's why I look at it like, say for example, they didn't make $1 from this, y'all still would have benefited. But to take every last dollar and then still benefit,
evil. Like, what's a word worse than evil? Like this is deplorable. Depravity. How the fuck you take? Oh yeah, no. Because I got some thoughts up there. But to take every last cent and give it to your whole family, first off, fuck his friend. His friend just as bad, if not worse than family, because that was your nigga, right? Y'all was cool, and you started making money off of this film. You didn't even think to tell your friend who was staying with you that, yo, my parents,
yeah. I mean, that's not your man's.
off you.
Yeah. But I mean, not even in old boy defense, like that was never gonna happen. Like if your parents set up a scheme and they scamming your man's out of your money, and you probably don't even realize it until years later, it's a wrap. It's a wrap. Like truthfully, like it's a wrap because that's probably not even truly your man's. That's just a nigga you go to high school with. Like you get what I'm saying? Like I don't know how
If
cool y'all really was.
if I'm having niggas stay at my house, that's my man's. I'm not just letting
I
no
know
random
for the
nigga from high school
time
stay at my house.
being, but then he goes to school in Mississippi.
Oh,
You get what I'm saying? You go to the University of Mississippi, then you get drafted by the Ravens. At that point, you're nowhere near me. You're not here. You're not there. I'm still getting bags. But again, if my family's already rich, I'm just thinking we rich.
you know what? You're right. He might not even know.
Yeah,
Honestly.
like, and by the time he does know, it's just like, shit. Well,
Yeah.
I'm not about to backdoor my parents, unfortunately.
I
so
wasn't the one that did it. So I mean,
yeah, I mean, and I didn't do. I didn't do it. I didn't do it to you, bro. Come on. And I think I even seen something else where he was talking about where it affected his career, where he was saying like, dog, like one of the parts that he struggled with was he would get to the locker rooms and coaches and players would think he was dumb.
Oh no, that shit.
You get what I'm saying? Because think
That
about it, the
would've
movie
blew
portrayed
me.
him a certain way, so they thinking, "Hey, Mike, okay, so we're gonna go over some plays today," and then and you looking like, "Why are you talking like that? Why you think I?" And it's like, oh, because the movie made me look like I was unintelligent,
Brother,
and
they
so
had you
now
chasing butterflies, bro. You have an IQ of 17.
I didn't got the IQ of a lima bean. That nigga got a squirrel brain.
That nigga is a plant. He's a house plant.
He a Venus flytrap. But yeah, so I mean, and I think, and that's also the worst part about it for him. And I think everyone who's not the family, because everyone here has to reckon with something, probably except the family, because they feel no remorse. Because it's like now Sandra Bullock is in the middle of all this shit. And if I'm Sandra Bullock, I'm thinking to myself, how would I know? What would I know?
It's not
Y'all
like
gave me a script about a true, based on a true story of some young black boy who, through all the odds, despite everything thrown in his way, still made something of himself, succeeded. And I'm playing the white mother who, yeah, why not? Boom, let's get into it. Like, so that's my thing where it's just like, I mean, the only criticism I can say you can give her is like maybe she shouldn't have signed on for a white savior movie. But first off, expecting that from white people is crazy. Yeah, one,
this is my Oscar role, and she got the Oscar.
One is Oscar bait. Two, expecting that from white actors is insane because they're not making that consideration. And then three, it's just like I don't necessarily know this is cap. I'm just thinking this is a true story. Okay, cool, boom, let's get it going.
This is a heartwarming story. I want to be a part of this.
Yeah, let's get it popping. So sad story all around. And not to mention, I think if I'm not mistaken, Sandra Bullock's partner or her husband like recently passed away, like very recently, I think not too shortly before. Oh my goodness, they got a picture of Sandra Bullock in 1996.
Go ahead and put it in the chat.
If I say what I'm thinking out loud, man,
brother, I've been on the Sandra Bullock train for years.
And it's like with a suit. In a suit, you know what? Let's move. Yeah, let's get up out of here. We're gonna get up out of here. Oh, sir, you won't get me caught up here. Yeah, stop, yo. Don't even mention that, bro. Come on. Like you bugging out. You bugging out. Like what like what you doing? You tripping. What else we got? Let's see.
Thinking about torture methods right now. Whole family.
Even the dog.
Get the brazen bull ready.
Not the. What else? We'll cover some ESPN shit real quick. Sage Steele left ESPN. Shannon Sharpe joined First Take.
Oh, that's confirmed now. I thought it was like rumors. That's confirmed.
Which one? Shannon Sharpe or Sage Steele?
Oh
yeah, Shannon Sharpe is confirmed. Yes.
Oh, nice. That's interesting.
I'm mad I said which one. Like
yeah, I don't give a fuck about
I'm sorry. I'm mad I said which one. But yeah, so the Sage Steele shit was really funny though, because she came out with some random story about Barbara Walters pushing her or elbowing her backstage into a trash can backstage at The View, like The View, the show.
Okay, so I didn't see what she said, but I saw tweets about it, and it was just different people getting pushed into like trash or pools,
Yeah,
and it was like
yeah,
Barbara Walters. Oh, okay, that's where that came from.
yeah.
Okay.
And so first off, it's like, brother, Barbara Walters has been dead for at least a full year. So very odd that you're telling us now. Two, please, like, you probably shouldn't tell the world you got punked by an 86-year-old. Like, that's probably not the bag I would want to be in. But okay. And then three, it's just Sage Steele has been a very unlikable character at ESPN for a little while, and I think she is definitely one of those people who, listen, I work for ESPN, I work for the mouse, so I do what I got to do. And now that she's leaving, she's going to be
This
running
is
her mouth incessantly.
Is this the woman that No, you know what? Wait, no, this is her. Is this the woman that is always praising white men?
Huh. I actually don't know. Like I literally actually do not know. Like I couldn't tell you. I haven't seen that. I mean, looking at her, I can see that.
I feel like I saw a video of her on Fox News
Oh,
talking very
listen, the
favorably.
the crowd is telling me that yes, that is
Oh,
her.
okay, yeah. All right, I thought so. I knew she looked familiar, and it's not for sports commentary. Hey man, when you work for the mouse, you got to put in that work. Everybody gotta say 3 good things about white men when you work for the mouse.
Oh yeah, I did see that. What was that Chael
Oh
Sonnen? Yeah, I
yeah,
remember that. I
yeah.
remember that. Yeah, I remember that
That
years
a
ago.
UFC fighter. Yeah, niggas were posting that video. I just saw that recently. Niggas were posting that video in response to her leaving ESPN. I just saw that video like 2 days ago.
Oh yeah, hold on. Another one. A woman who was that too. I'm gonna get to that biracial partners just a second. But a woman who was on The Bachelorette, right? Pretty much said that when she first met Sage Steele, like the first time they had ever met, Sage Steele basically came up to her and said she was thrilled that she didn't choose a black partner.
Why was she at ESPN for this long? She
Like,
should have
bro,
been gone years ago.
imagine that's the first time you meet someone. Hey, oh, big fan, big fan. So glad you ain't pick one of them niggas.
One of them goddamn chocolate monkeys. I'm glad you ain't pick them.
So, and then here's the other thing, right? Okay. The other thing she talked about, and first off, like I always say this, right? Like she sat down with Megyn Kelly. For those who don't know, Megyn Kelly's not a good person, right? And so when you sit in certain places, you automatically are letting me know what you think for real. Because like when you think about it, you just got off ESPN, and this is the first. Okay, cool. She also was crying over the vaccine mandate, all of that.
This bitch is
Yeah,
nasty.
yeah, she's checking boxes. She's
This
checking
is
boxes.
at record speed.
But so what it was, that's what it was. She was on Jay Cutler's pod. Jay Cutler has a podcast. Anyway, she was talking about how she sees her race, right? And talking about how she was biracial. And she's very insistent that you call her biracial. Not black, not white, biracial, right?
Sister, I hate to bring back slave rules, but I'm just
Not
for you, I'm gonna enact the 1-drop rule. You are black. You don't want
to
to be,
mention
but you are black.
no. And I'm gonna tell you why. Because she has a I don't know what the mix is, right? I don't know if her mom's white, black. I don't know, but it's 50-50, right? So
Mhm.
you are half and half, right?
A mulatto, a
Listen,
mestizo.
listen. You are half and half, right? You don't want to know who else is half and half? Colin Kaepernick. Now, here's the parallel I'm about to draw.
Diverging roads.
Colin
Two
Kaepernick is
sides of the
what?
coin.
A black man, right?
Yes.
Now, why is Colin Kaepernick a black man?
Because he black?
Yes, because he literally is black. But the key
he
distinction here
identifies as black.
is because, yes, thank you, because he identifies as a black man. The problem with my thing is, if you are half and half, you could claim either set. You could throw whichever set you want to throw up, but it's very telling to me. You will either claim both or nothing else. You won't ever only claim the black. So my thing is for her to then sit up here and say like the critiques of her blackness and this and that. Shorty, you put that on yourself.
She playing victim.
Yes, she sure did. She
She
sure
is
did.
white. She is white because how
Yeah,
you do
yes,
all
that's
this?
what I. Yup.
This is a white woman.
This is what white women do.
This is
Yeah, I
a white
mean,
woman's activity.
so that's my thing where it's just like, brother,
Nasty.
if you like, and again, to me, because I also tried to make it make more sense for me, and I'm like, brother, I'm gonna be real with you. I'm gonna be so serious with y'all for a second. If somebody was half white and half Latino, right? And I don't know what you call that. Is that Watino? Is that the mix? I don't know what you call that.
I've never
But
heard that day in my life.
it's just I don't know. But let's say you half white and you half Asian, right? And every time somebody asks you what you are, they either say I'm mixed, I'm biracial, or I'm just you know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So when Latino people then look at you and decide, nah, you're not us. Because you never claim us. You don't want to be us. You never bang with the set. And then your response is, well, technically I got dog. It's about who you banging. It's that simple. Like, because
You make
Colin
it very
Kaepernick,
clear.
yeah,
You
Colin
know,
Kaepernick got the same mix as you, nigga. Except he's banging for the black team.
and it's crazy because it's half and half. It's not even like a 25. It's not a
Yeah, now if
crazy
it's
50.
25, I think nigga, listen, it's people who are adamantly gonna tell you can't even claim. You can't claim. But at 50-50, you can go both ways. You can like, and that's the thing. Like, you can double dip when it's convenient. And I always hated that
Some
part
people do
because
it.
it's like, dog, they do. That's what's happening here, though, right? Like to say you biracial, right? You are consistently letting people know I'm not just this, I'm not just that, I'm both. And then now you want to be just black though. Because when your blackness is in question, now you want to be just black. No, it don't work that way. You can't do that. You can't. Now, granted, if that's how you used to think, you used to just be, oh, I'm biracial, and now you're realizing, nah, you know what? That wasn't. Now I identify as just fully black. Now, there's people who will be have a
Now,
problem with
do you
that.
think that she is? I know she's not like a Fox News commentator. She's on ESPN, but do you still think that she is running the right wing grift? You know, the black niggas, Candace Owens. You know, do you think she's been grifting this whole time,
Mm-mm,
and she just got let go? So now she's,
mm-mm, 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 mm-mm. I think this is really who she is, and I think that's why she stayed at ESPN so long. Because truth be told, I think she
Mhm.
could have made more money being a grifter way earlier if she was really
You
into
know
it.
what? That's right. That's facts. I didn't think about that. That's facts.
Like, because
She
again,
could have just left ESPN and just went straight to
yeah.
Fox.
Remember, she wasn't jacking the vaccine mandate. So we talking what 2021? At least 2 years ago. That
Mhm.
was when that happened. Then that whole comment about the da 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 like that was unsolicited. Like she was talking about Barack Obama in that conversation. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like so, my whole point is these are unprompted. Nobody's asking you to give us this. This is how you coming, and you work for ESPN to the point where ESPN suspended her for a little bit or temporarily removed her. Which I mean, nigga, that's a suspension. But that's my whole thing. Where it's just like, nah, I think she really this shit.
Oh yeah, she's just a nasty individual.
Yeah, and then she was saying a whole bunch of stuff. She was talking about women who are journalists saying that when you dress like that, I'm not saying you deserve the gross comments, but you know what you're doing when you put that
Oh,
outfit on.
brother.
Which is insane because nigga, what do journalists wear besides pantsuits? Like what like
Exactly.
I'm so
They not at the
like
strip
dog,
club. What are you talking about?
like dog, I'm sorry. If a journalist got a donkey and it don't matter what she put on, the ass finna jump out, like that's what is there what else is there to do? I don't know. But what else we got? What else we got? Let's try to speed run through the last few things on our list. Elon Musk said he would ban the blocking feature, which literally is
Literally
not
not gonna
possible.
happen. You need it to be
Um,
on the App Store. So
yeah, Apple and Google Play literally do not allow this. What I think he could do is put blocking behind a paywall. I don't know if they have specific language against that. But he could put blocking behind Twitter Blue. I think that would
I
make
can
me
see
very
a
angry.
move that he does. Because
Yeah. Mhm.
I just use block generously whenever somebody says some absolute hogwash, some boulder dash.
Oh yeah,
I
yeah.
don't even interact. It's just block. I don't want to see you on my timeline. I don't want to see this dumb shit. It brings me joy whenever I see somebody angrily quote retweeting something and then I see that message. this tweet comes from a person that you have blocked, so I don't even see what they mad at. I
He just
love
like,
it.
damn, you so mad about something.
That's why I just block people because I don't want to see it. I'm not. First off, I made the decision years ago to not argue with niggas online. Now I'm at the point where I don't even want to see shit that's gonna piss me off and raise my blood pressure. So I
Mm-hmm.
really be blocking shit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, I like literally like, and I'm very liberal with that block and with the mute. Like if it's not egregious, but I just don't want to see it. All right, I'm muting you. I'm muting you. Enough of your
I use
pics.
mute for mutuals, like people that I follow and follow me back. And sometimes they get like a banger tweet that goes off, and then they retweet every single alt
Oh
retweet
God,
to
I
the tweet.
hate that. I
Like
hate
we
that.
cool because I know you in real life, but
I
I
got to
don't want to
mute
see
you.
it.
I got to mute you for this one. Yeah,
My
no,
mute
I
list
could,
might be longer than my block list.
I can understand that. That makes a lot of sense. But I think mutes are definitely like if I get frustrated and I'm just like, yo, what the, yeah, you know what? Nope. You gotta go. You gotta go. Just a mute. Quick mute. You on timeout. Hopefully
You on
I
time
remember
out.
to come back. Maybe I'll
Listen,
remember to come back to this.
a
Like,
mute is never a timeout because I'm not gonna remember.
I did that recently to somebody, and like it was somebody I'm cool with. I actually enjoy their tweets, but it was like there was one particular day where there was a shitty topic up here, and I was like, I'm not doing this.
Yeah.
You got to sit down. And I forgot. I literally forgot like for like 3 days, and I'm like, oh shit. And luckily, I saw them in somebody else's shit. I'm like, oh shit, my fault, my bad. I meant to come
That's
back
why
for you. Like,
I know I'm gonna forget. That's why that mute is it's I can't say it's a last resort because a block is the last resort. But if I know you and I fuck with you, and mute is the last resort because I know I'm probably never gonna see your tweets again.
I got some niggas muted and blocked. That's funny as
That's
hell to me. That is funny as hell. Which means I muted you first, opened your tweet after you were muted, and got so angry I had to block you. Like I smooth like, oh, this
that's
is from an
crazy.
account you muted. Okay, let's see what it says. Oh my, yo, you know what? No, you know what? No.
That
Let me
mute
go to your
wasn't
thing.
strong enough.
Yeah, that mute was not powerful enough. Like I need to jump through the screen, really.
What's that tweet? It says, "This block's not enough. I need this nigga beaten with rocks in real life."
Yeah, like, bro, I need to throw stones. So boom, that's that. So blocking feature, yeah. What else? Oh, this was ladies will love. Well, I'm sure they'll hate this, but it'll be news for the ladies. So the first ever menstrual study was done using actual blood.
What does
I
that
want you.
even mean?
I want. I'm about to tell you. You know how Tampax, Unilever, all these people who make tampons, pads, all of that all the feminine hygiene products, right?
Yeah.
How do I say this? For their test, like when they speak about absorbency and blah 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 and all of this shit like that. For
They
those
use
tests,
a
they
fake
were
liquid.
never using blood. And not
That
only that, it gets worse. Because I'm not like where would you be getting the blood? Like I'm not telling you to go harvest some damn blood. You know what I'm saying? Like, but like you can make some concoction that mimics the like the chemical composition of blood,
yeah.
right? But they were using water and saline mixtures. Yet again, let that sink in. Do you understand that water with salt in it is not even remotely close to the consistency of blood?
Blood is thicker than water.
It's almost as if it's almost as if. So according to the researchers, right, they said there's no industry standard when it comes to comparing traditional products to modern menstrual products, right? And so
I
what
feel like
that
there
means,
should be, considering
oh yeah,
you're making this for a specific product, specific reason.
mm-hmm. And so what they did was they sought to seek out and compare the capacity of a bunch of different products, right? And so I want to see all this shit. Long story short, period underwear were pretty much useless. They only held a milliliter of blood. Menstrual discs are actually the most, they hold the most. Let's see. Let's keep going. Ooh, come on. Oh, cool. So they did a 2020 study, right? And they did a quick search and they found that there were 400 published studies on menstrual blood over the last decade between 2011 and 2018. Same time span, there were 10,000 publications on erectile dysfunction.
I'm sorry, how many?
10,000
I
compared to
mean,
400.
obviously niggas need their dick to work.
Do they? I don't like what they're doing with
I'm being facetious.
it. So they also added that the researchers' use of red blood cells truly proves that blood is thicker than water. Duh, right?
No way
Since
they
they
actually
found
put that in the article, bro.
no, that's a literal quote. Since they found different capacities than were advertised. In industry and in commercials, companies typically use saline water to test capacity. So the researchers use expired packed blood cells, the bagged kind found in blood banks, which are just blood cells, red blood cells separated from whole blood. Neither form is the exact same as menstrual blood, which also includes, secretions, endometrial cells, and all that shit. But it's way better than just using water and saline, or water or saline. And
So
so,
I knew they obviously used a different liquid in the commercial. It's usually like a blue water, but pardon me for just assuming that the research that went into making these products, they tested on actual blood, considering women don't, bleed blue water.
yeah, well, think about it. The problem is, right, without any standards to force it, why would I use blood on my product? Because
Because that's what's coming
no,
out.
no, I know, yes, yes. I'm not talking about the actual applicability. I'm talking about financially speaking. If I
Aw.
use blood, do you wonder? Like, yeah, no, I know, and I know you know, right? And I know you know, but
Mhm.
it's like that's why. Like that's why. Like it's not about it would be too expensive to no, it wouldn't because you would just have to bring in 100 pads, which you have already, so that would cost you nothing. You would have to buy the little, expired packed blood cells, which probably aren't going to cost you much because you're a conglomerate buying them, and then you test them. That's it. That none of that would cost you money, but the problem is it would expose you because it would expose that your products that are allegedly so good and so absorbent and so this are bullshit. And unfortunately, that fucks up my bottom line. And if I'm Tampax, yeah, can't have that. So, like you said, blue saline water it is. Because guess what? Blue saline water, it's like, and I'm sure they probably do the same thing with kids' diapers and pads. Same, I imagine it's probably the same sort of concept where like niggas are always gonna test it with like thin water, knowing like, dog, you talking about the secretions that come from people's body, bro. It don't be just water. It's not the same consistency of water. We know that, but so I
Maybe if
just
they
thought,
actually not marketed, maybe if they actually tested diapers with actual urine, they'd be able to make a more comfortable diaper for children to where they don't get diaper rash. Because
mm-hmm,
piss got all types of shit in it. Ammonia, for one. So if a baby's sitting in a diaper for any type of extended time,
mm-hmm.
obviously,
Oh, they got him. They got him. Damn, they fucking
maybe if I
got him.
didn't.
Yeah, he's fighting back, but I really think they got
Oh, shit.
him.
You ain't hear none of that, did you?
No, I can hear you now.
Wait, what was the last thing you heard?
Nothing. Not really anything. We didn't hear anything you said.
I just I just went on a tirade about diapers. I was saying maybe if they actually tested diapers with urine as opposed to just water or blue saline liquid, maybe babies wouldn't get diaper rash so often. Because if you actually make a product based around, what's going into a diaper, because
hmm
piss has everything in it, ammonia, all types of other shit.
Yeah, it ain't just water and salt, nigga. Like,
Yeah, exactly. So you testing this diaper for absorbency, but not for the chemicals that's in the piss.
hmm
So babies getting fucked up from the shit that's in the diaper.
hmm the funniest thing is I'm reading this thing and it's talking about there's a current clinical tool, right, that they use to assess menstrual blood loss, and it's literally only based on the saturation of tampons and pads. Again, which so
Hmm.
basically it's just how exorbitant the pads are, and the tampons are actually the only thing that undergoes industry regulated standardized testing for absorption capacity, which again I wouldn't know what the standards are. But pretty much anything else besides the tampon is not. So pads, the little cups, the diva cups, and all of that shit, the menstrual discs, pretty much anything else. The period panties, none of that shit is actually there's.
Period
It's like
panties. I didn't
yeah,
know
it's like
about
so,
that
so
one.
it's yeah, it's basically these panties that are more absorbent, helping you with blood, a bunch of other shit.
That's kind of crazy. I would not support that product.
Oh yeah, no, I'm a supporter of free bleeding, but you don't want to look that up.
I am going to scalp you.
Tough but fair. Tough but fair. But what else we got? What else we got? Hawaii Electric probably is responsible for the wildfires.
Oh,
That's
so
would
it's
be
just like California. Okay.
yeah, literally. I was about to say just like California. Speaking of California, Hurricane Hillary is on the way, and
Them
she
niggas
do
are
not
not
like.
taking that shit serious at all.
No, they're not. No, they're
Them
not. Because I
niggas
saw Cat
taking that
4, and I
big
said,
time.
"You niggas need to do something."
They don't
Like,
understand. They since they don't get hurricanes, they don't understand what a Cat 4 is. This literally the second worst possible outcome, but it's little jokey jokes.
bro,
It's
I
funny.
I didn't realize, and somebody told me this yesterday, and I don't know why. Like, I was just like, I was adamant that they were lying to me. California has never gotten a hurricane.
How do you not know that? Yeah, I mean,
Like, but never though. Like, it's one thing to say they don't get them like hardly ever, but hardly ever is not never. You get like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm thinking like, surely they had a hurricane like in the last like what 50 years or something, right? It was just like a tropical storm or something, right? They don't get nothing. They don't get onto that shit. They just get earthquakes and mudslides and shit.
in wildfires. Yeah,
Well, and wildfires. But
I yeah, I'm not even
I
trying to
didn't
shit on
know.
you. It's just like I knew that.
I had
Just
no idea. I
no,
simply
I
did not know.
I just I won't say that I 1000% knew that, but I just based off of what California is and the climate and how hurricanes usually operate. In my mind, I just knew that they never had a hurricane, but I didn't have any science to back it up.
I guess I just never thought hard enough about it to even like care per se, but like I was
Yeah,
just like, nah, that can't be right. And I literally I'm like, California hurricanes. I'm like, come on, man. There's gotta be a
it's just when I think about California,
this
like you think about Florida, you think about hurricanes. You think about California, you think about earthquake, wildfire. It's just not something that happens there.
yeah, literally. Like I'm like, dog, they don't get hurricanes. Like the best they've gotten is a tropical cyclone.
I mean, think about it. Most hurricanes come from, the Caribbean and the tropics. Think about how far that has to blow to the west to make it to California, as opposed to just
Mhm.
going up north and hitting Florida and Georgia and, all the other places on the east. Like,
Yeah.
if you look at a map, it doesn't do justice to how far that shit has to travel. How difficult would it have to be for a wind current to blow a hurricane from, I don't know, fucking Puerto Rico all the way to California?
Mhm. It literally, and the funniest thing is like that's literally one of the two basic reasons why California doesn't get hurricanes.
It's just
One
too far
because
away.
of yeah the winds, like the upper level steering winds in the Eastern Pacific. And the second one, and that's also speaks to the path of cyclones that tend to develop, right? Like those winds will steer the cyclone just too far out to sea and away from land. But
Hmm.
then the other thing is apparently California's waters are very cold and they tend to be very cold, and because cyclones require very warm ocean water, like that just kind of makes it not a thing that happens. So I
I
was
didn't know
like,
the science
huh,
behind that. I didn't know
I
cyclones
listen.
specifically required warm water.
No, I had no idea. No fucking idea, dog. Like I'm even looking at like dog, like California has had 18 storms in the 2010s. Storms, just storms.
Damn.
Nigga, just storms. Like that they didn't even like
Does California get tornadoes? Because I mean, tornadoes just arise from bodies of water, and California has a lot of water.
Looks like they do. Has there ever been a tornado in California? Has been struck by several tornadoes every year. Okay.
Damn. Okay. Yeah.
He said every damn, yeah, they got a whole but nigga, they have had four in 2023.
When I think about California, I don't think about like shit like tornadoes and hurricanes. It's interesting that they get tornadoes.
Oh my goodness, they had a fire whirl.
That is literally a move from Remnant from the Ashes, bro. What the fuck are we
Yeah,
doing right
literally.
now?
Like there was literally a wildfire, and then a tornado developed within the wildfire. I was in 2018, 2020, and 2020.
The science of that is interesting because inside of a tornado, I thought there was like a lack of oxygen. So when the fire die out,
Hey, buddy. I don't know.
well, it happens. Those
I was about to say. I mean, shit, you got to be right. You got to be right, huh? Yeah, okay. Yeah, but like literally, like, I remember somebody telling me that. I was like, nah, that can't be true. And I looked, and I'm like, oh wow. Like, okay, my fault. I was unfamiliar with your game. Like literally, like the last time a tropical storm made landfall in California was in 1939. Excuse me.
Jesus, damn.
I was just like, oh, well, okay.
Well, shit.
But yeah, like they've literally like never had like the last time they had anything that would be considered a hurricane. Hold on. Yeah, so literally the only thing that is considered a hurricane that has ever hit the West Coast was in 1858. Yeah. Back then they didn't even have like naming conventions for this, but now in
you said considered. Is it even a hurricane or is it just a strong storm and wind?
No, by today's standards, it'd be considered a Cat 1.
That just goes to show you how crazy climate change is. Niggas are getting hit with a cat. Niggas getting hit with almost Hurricane Katrina when they haven't had a hurricane since 1858.
They did have something called Hurricane Linda that missed landfall, but it was very strong and it had hella thunderstorms and shit. This was a Cat 5 hurricane.
And it missed them. Them niggas blessed.
It was the second most intense Eastern Pacific hurricane on record. Only to be supplanted by Hurricane Patricia.
What does Eastern Pacific mean? That's two different. That's literally coast to coast. Did it move across the entire country?
So a Pacific hurricane is considered a cyclone that develops within the northeastern and central Pacific Ocean.
Oh, okay. I thought Pacific, like the time zone, like California is Pacific.
This nigga. Oh man, he said, wait, so you said East, right? Eastern Pacific. So like which one? He said, yeah, it was the shit from what was that, Day After Tomorrow?
Yeah,
it's that super cyclone, nigga. I'm like,
listen. I didn't say over the whole country. It obviously went under the country from like Florida.
It went under.
It didn't sweep the whole country. Obviously,
it lifted the country up and slipped underneath it.
Not under. I mean, under like below, like across the ocean below. Not under, they could like below the water below the country.
That shit lifted up the land. It said, "Hold on, excuse me, can I just get up under here real quick? I bet just."
Excuse me, pardon me. I need to get over to California.
It's like when a nigga moving through the movie theater. Excuse me, pardon me. No, excuse me.
That's the hurricane moving through the states.
Excuse me, pardon me.
It moved across the country, didn't damage anything but California. It just decided to go from New Jersey to California, and nothing else was affected.
Shit was just leaving comments. Excuse me. Oh shit, I like y'all little hats in Texas. That's cool. That's tough. I'm gonna keep it moving though. Keep it moving. Oh, you got little spurs on the back of your boot. That's tough. I like that.
That's cute. I might come back for y'all.
But what else? Do we got anything? I think the only thing worth talking about probably is this Clan of Montana thing. This actually was really funny. Clan of Montana is an insane. Clan of Montana is such an insane phrase. I thought that was so funny when I first saw it. So, unfortunately, this is TikTok news, so bear with me.
I'm about to tune out, yo.
You said I'm about to tune out, but I'm about to solo low diff. But literally, so it's like some I mean, again, I'm sure you've heard this story a million times over, but long story short, some white girl was on TikTok and she was getting, I think, box braids or some shit like that. Already a bad start, but then she pretty much went on to then like antagonize any black person who had an issue with it, like to basically taunt them and be like, "Oh yeah, I'm getting box braids," like all that type of shit, which weird as hell. But okay, cool. I digress. The funniest part is then she posted a video of her sitting in the chair. Now, granted, I don't know enough about hair to know enough about hair, but the niggas in the comments was just like, yo, that hairdresser cooked your shit. Like Shorty knew what it was. Like whoever the hairdresser was understood the assignment because they used the worst hair on you. They didn't even straighten shit out beforehand. Like basically they dubbed her. Like pretty much the person was just like, oh, this like, because I know you don't know no better, and this is an easy bag. Oh, let's go. So they just did a whole bunch of shit that, like, if you were doing this for someone and actually giving them, like, you wouldn't do any of these things. Like, you know what I mean? Like
$400 too.
Right, yeah, exactly. And so it's like she was probably like, oh, okay, cool. Like, and it was wild. Like, but anyway, so there's a bunch of that type of shit.
So I can see like how bad it was.
Oh, let me see. I wonder if I type in Atlanta, Montana, will it? No, of course not. That's not how that works. Yeah, no. I mean, I should have figured. I'm sorry. Now they auto-corrected my shit. That ain't what I said, nigga. No, search for Atlanta, nigga.
Atlanta, Montana.
Nigga said Miley virus.
Oh man, come on, dog.
Miley virus. Oh man, like hold on, let me so literally, like, I'll show you some of the pics she was using to antagonize niggas. Like she knew what she was doing at this point. It's like, oh, okay, you just want to.
She got a nigga too. You are dating a black man and antagonizing black women, or presumably just black people in general. But usually it's not niggas that have a problem with this. Obviously, you're dating one.
Yeah, literally. But the funniest part is the way she
and you're antagonizing niggas. Like, come on, bro.
The way she holding his head, like, I don't know why it is so funny to me. But another thing, right, was it was this whole thing, and then where's that second picture? Then like a day passed, and then after people kept talking about this, then it came out that she's not just a TikToker. She's doing whatever the fuck this is. And for those of you who can't see, apparently she's a boxer.
I was gonna say, I can't even call this boxing. This is squabbling. That form is horrendous.
Right.
Look at her leg placement. What is this?
But then she does some interview or does something where she pretty much says very directly, in direct terms, her manager, whoever her manager is, pretty much just said, you're gonna need some controversy, stir up some controversy and which brings me to the point I'm going to make. Mm-hmm. I have had enough. I know what you're thinking. I've had enough of us, the black folks. He said, this is what she chose. Like he said, with blood fresh on the streets. This is, thank you. Reef, that's exactly where I'm going. Right? That's exactly where I'm going with this. This nigga knows, man. This nigga knows. This nigga knows. This nigga as we always do, when black folks don't like something, it ain't enough to ignore it. It ain't enough to be like, y'all tripping. Keep it moving. No.
I gotta hate share.
Niggas gotta hate. Yo, y'all see this goofy bit? Like, and granted, it always is gonna end up being hilarious because that's just what we do. Right? That's just always what we do, right? Clan of Montana's hilarious. Miley virus is hilarious. Like, it's always gonna be funny. But it's just like, at what cost? Because think about this. I would have never known who this person is. And granted, it's not going to matter because I'm going to forget who this person is. I don't even know their real name.
Spreading this because I didn't know who this bitch was until...
Exactly, right. So right.
We are
not granted.
Self-fulfilling we're the Ouroboros. We're the snake eating the tail.
Well, the difference is, right? The difference is, one, I don't even know this woman's name. I'm not posting nothing. We're speaking on it. But true. I mean, my thing is I'm speaking on it because it's already out here.
Montana. Well, yeah.
But my issue then is these people who they posted her original video of her getting the braids. They posted the screenshots from they posted the boxing stuff. Listen, everything I showed you is a screenshot. Someone took these screenshots, reposted them to Twitter, wrote a whole think piece about it. I mean, mind you, I saw some think pieces. I'm not even going to get into the specifics of some of the think pieces because some of them made me mad, and I was just like, I want to say slurs. So I was like, I'm just not going to do it. But literally, as we always do, instead of ignoring because this woman is a nobody. She will fade. We will forget who she is in a week.
Look at the likes on the pictures. She has 191 likes.
Yeah, 500 on the next one. It's not. It's not.
She's growing because niggas are hating.
Right, bro. We did this with what's her name, Bad Baby, the Catch Me Outside girl. We did this with
Whoa,
Vicky.
with
Like
the Island Boys.
It's like, dog.
Learn a lesson.
Who was the other one? Remember the white girl who was singing a little baby song at the wedding that niggas was mad about?
Yeah.
Yup, they was mad about that one too. It's just like this keeps happening, and because granted, like I said, there was a lot of commentary about gender here, and I dodged all of it because I'm like, I don't want to. Well, you're not gonna like it. I'm not even gonna bring it up, but because I didn't like it, so I was just like, nope, not doing that. Not even gonna take that route because the problem ain't. I'm not doing black man, black woman. The problem is niggas. Period. It's always niggas. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing. Like, shut up. Like I'm dipping. I'm sliding right past that.
You know what?
See this. You already know.
I'm gonna say the difficult thing that nobody wants to say.
Mm-hmm.
Bring back segregation.
Oh man.
Well,
the good thing is at the end of the pod. Yeah, good thing is at the end.
You weren't expecting that, but
the bot won't even catch this.
Oh no, yeah.
Yeah, the bot won't even catch this. The bot just skimmed the first
the bot
hour.
Only, not even an hour. The bot is probably only like the first 15 minutes, but
like first 30 minutes, like, them niggas good.
And you know what? Just keep all POC and black people and white people separate. So like 90% and 10%, not 50-50. Because if black people aren't seeing white people do this nonsense, then we won't constantly have these annoying ass takes and these think pieces, like Reef said, giving her the time of day.
Mm-hmm.
Like y'all get so mad and y'all be blowing shit up.
Mm-hmm.
I would have never heard about this if y'all didn't. This is just another drop. It's a billion people on TikTok.
Mm-hmm.
And y'all just picked this one white girl with braids.
Mm-hmm. And every time it's always a nobody, 6,000 followers. And guess what? The problem is once y'all do all these tweets and all of this shit, you know who's
10,
gonna end up following her? Right. Who's gonna end up following her? One, it's gonna be shameless niggas who don't care about themselves. Two, it's gonna be a bunch of people who just interested and they just want to see what was up. They just want to watch it play out. Right? You're gonna get all these other people,
white people that agree with her.
Yup.
Her defense.
4, you're gonna get, but let's be real, you're gonna get the black man that want to fuck, right? Like, come on now, right?
Yeah,
like you're gonna get a few of the self-hating black women, but realistically speaking, you're gonna get all that, and then guess what? You're really gonna get. You're gonna get metrics. You're gonna get views. You're gonna get interactions. You're gonna get impressions, and then you go to labels. You go to whoever you're gonna go, and you sell that. Because think about it.
If I see this bitch rapping 6 months from now,
you're not a label.
I'm doing something.
But it's like, that's my only issue where it's just like, dog, because then here's my thing. Win, lose, or draw, if my video got 6 million views on it, that's a selling point.
All publicity is good publicity. This
that's
has been a lesson for decades, maybe centuries. And niggas still don't understand this somehow.
And it's just
your hate views are still views.
Literally, they're still views. They're still views. And then when you retweet it, that's still views. Like, and that's what I'm saying. So think about it. If I go to somebody and I'm promoting the fight and I'm like, yo, look at my impressions. Dog. I mean, the numbers are there.
So no matter what the impressions before, they just see the numbers.
Yeah. So if I'm doing all that and that's my whole draw, I'm gonna be able to keep, even if I'm trash at this boxing shit and there's a bunch of other people better than me, guess what? One, racism alone is probably gonna give me a leg up. And then two, throw in the fact that y'all keep boosting my shit because y'all hate me so much. So it's like, this is like, y'all create the beasts that y'all hate.
Also, this might be an unpopular opinion, but I don't care about white women and braids. They
look like shit. Like, I wish we would just accept that as punishment. Like, that's their punishment. They look stupid.
That is my point. That is my point. First off, now I will say I don't like when white people get dreads. I don't like when white people get black hairstyles, dreads, bantu knots like Adele had.
If I ever
specifically black hairstyle, but braids are a protective hairstyle meant to protect your hair. And she's apparently a boxer. This isn't the first time we've seen a white woman with braids in her hair.
Oh, look at most of them. I mean, I just watched. I mean, Reef probably saw it. We just watched a white guy win a welterweight championship with pink braids.
I saw that, but the quality was so low that I didn't realize he had braids. I just saw pink hair.
Yeah, it was pink or pink cornrows. I don't even remember.
It's a
I
protective
forgot what they
hairstyle.
look
It's
like.
meant to protect your hair. But like you said, it looks bad. That is punishment enough. Why do y'all care so much? Why do
Yeah,
you now?
and why? Yeah, yeah. Go ahead.
I was about to say I understand why people get angry about white people doing black hairstyles because in the working world, black people are looked down upon with certain hairstyles. Niggas will literally not get a job, or if they
Mm-hmm.
do get a job, their boss will be like, tighten the hair up if they have braids or dreads. So it is annoying seeing white people with that hairstyle because we struggle with this hairstyle to even get
Mm-hmm.
employment. So I understand
Mm-hmm.
why niggas are mad, but
No, I definitely get
why are
why.
you
It's
putting your
just
time and energy
yeah,
into this? It's the
that's
internet. You never gonna see this bitch in real life.
that's
Why do
just
you
what I'm gonna
care?
keep coming back to. Like, I'm not even like I wholeheartedly understand why y'all tight.
Exactly.
I can't condone
Just
y'all
put in the
doing what y'all
energy
do.
into that. You raising your blood pressure over a TikTok that has 190 likes. 190 people like this.
And
You
now you
care
making her hot. Now you're driving
exactly.
traffic to her page, brother.
Exactly.
Like,
Just let it go. Just let people do dumb shit. It looks bad. Let that be the punishment.
mm-hmm,
She looking at this boxing picture. She gonna get the shit beat out of her in their match. That's punishment too.
mm-hmm.
That form is atrocious. I keep looking at this, man. This is look at the weight. Look at she's almost doing the splits. Look at the weight distribution in her legs. This is crazy.
Nah, she'll be straight, bro. She'll be
With the
straight.
the braids gonna add plus 10 power,
Mm-hmm.
obviously.
Now,
She
and
gonna
again,
look
like,
good.
but that was more so why when people turn this into a chance to gender war it out, it's like that's when I really got mad because it's like you writing this little think piece, which yet again, I'm looking at it right now. I'll read the tweet right now. Well, I'm not gonna read it because I hate the tweet. The tweet has 3.1 million views.
Oh, brother. Good
Not
lord.
and that the two screenshots that I sent to y'all is in the tweet. That so unbeknownst to you, you have given her not directly, right? These didn't directly link to her
3.1
TikTok,
million law of averages, 1 out of 10. 300,000 niggas are gonna
or at
go.
least gonna go check it out.
Exactly.
At least go check it
Exactly.
out. Even if they never like nothing, they never comment, they never follow. They're gonna check it out, and those are all metrics for this. What like,
That is
please
law of
look what you did.
averages.
And the funniest part was your tweet. I'll read the tweet. I'll read the tweet, and then we can get up out of here. Others, right? The tweet said, "I forgot who said it, but Atlanta, Montana, hilarious, is surrounded by black men who made her feel comfortable enough to disrespect black women while simultaneously being a caricature." So here's the part that blows my mind. You saw a white woman doing what she do, and you pretty much found a way to turn it on black men. Cool. I don't even really care. Like I said, I'm not addressing nothing you have to say because at this point, you have now indirectly given 3.1 million views to this white woman as a black woman, mind you. And then, so you get what I'm saying? Like
Hand
in
down
your
niggas in the same tweet.
in your
3.1 million.
desperate desire to get your think piece off, you gave this white woman promo. You are the person you hate. You are part of the problem. And that's why I feel like it's useless doing this gender war shit over this. There's always going to be sucker goofy ass white black dudes. It's always going to be goofy sucker ass black women. I'm not about to sit up here and do this every time with y'all. I'm over it. I'm over it because at the end of the day, I'm giving promo to these people. And that's my whole thing. I'm not about to sit up here and give promo. Like you did two bad things, truth be told. You gave promo to this white woman and you shitted on your niggas. Now, whether it was true or not, like I said, I don't give a fuck because the fact that you even went this route and gave her free promo to me means you don't have any leg to stand on in this conversation. You don't have any leg to stand on. This tweet has 3.1 million views. 300,000 people are going to go see what it's about because of you, not a black man, because of you, nigga.
Yeah.
I don't want to like that's the problem here. And I feel like it's a Twitter problem, it's a social media problem. Everyone's so
No,
thirsty
it's a
for the
nigga problem.
interactions.
It is
No, it is.
the
It
nigga
is. It
as in
is.
people, not nigga as in black
Yes. Yeah,
people. Just
yes.
gender neutral race
Yeah.
neutral.
Yeah, no, actually
Niggas
it's
as a whole, just why can't you wrap your head around the idea of not hate sharing shit? Nigga, if I'm on TikTok and I see somebody stitch a video and they're calling out the video previously for doing something racist, homophobic, transphobic, whatever, I'm not even gonna click on the video to see what they mad about. Cause that's giving a view to the nigga that was doing the dumb shit.
yeah.
Like on
it's
TikTok
like,
right now, there's this white British girl, and she's blowing up. Her name is Mads or something, some dumb shit. I don't care. She's blowing up because she made a video saying, "Oh, when I was younger, I used to tell people that I wanted to live in a sundown town," and then she started giggling like, "Hee
right,
hee, I
yeah,
didn't know what it
yeah,
was." And
yeah.
there's 1,001 niggas making videos shitting on her. She eventually deleted the video,
Mm-hmm.
made an apology, but
Mm-hmm. Yeah, guess
I
what?
will
You drove
never
150,000 people to her page now,
exactly. That's why I will never.
but at least you got your likes.
Yeah, some of the videos trashing her got like 150,000
Yeah,
likes,
yeah,
which means they probably had like millions of views. So niggas were, they were banking off of that. But
yeah,
think about how many she got.
yeah. Indirectly, look how many
This
people you sent
stupid
to her
bitch talking
spot.
about wanting to live in a sundown town. Y'all brought millions of people to her page.
And the worst part is, y'all knew she was lying. That's the part that kills me.
Exactly. She tried to
Y'all
make it a
knew
quirky
she was
little
lying
hee story. She
because
tried
if
to come on now.
if you are from the UK, right? First off, you're probably not gonna hear the phrase "sundown town" to begin with, but if you
If you
do,
do, in what context would you
yes,
think
thank you.
I want to live there?
No, not even
When are
think.
niggas
Not
talking
even
about?
think. In what context is a nigga telling you about a sundown town and it's not followed by the most horrendous
Exactly.
shit? Like
Exactly.
who described a sundown town to you as just a quaint little town
This
where it's like
Disney town, this little fairy tale place.
where it's like 17 people there. They've got one store. It's a general store. Like, who described a sundown town to you as Stardew Valley? Who did that? Like, tell me who did that one.
And what makes it even worse is the person that told her that, whatever, yeah, who told you that and lied to you, whatever. But she said in the video that I would go around telling everyone, what, who
Mhm.
are you around where you're telling them I want to live in a sundown town, and they're just like, shit, me too. That's cool, bro. Yeah.
And I'm not gonna hold you. I'm not gonna hold you. Here's where I'm gonna cook this white girl mercilessly.
Do it.
I watched Love Island, the British one, the UK one, right?
The
Now,
fuck is Love
obviously,
Island?
it's a little reality show, little romance reality joint,
Okay.
right? I watched it. I think I talked about this on the pod a while back. But anyway, I watched it. It's UK based, right?
Right.
So what you'll notice is it's kind of like Big Brother with romance. You know what I mean? Like, but what you'll notice is there's a lot of slang they use on here. And because I'm American, I don't know what the fuck the slang means. Do you
Right.
want to know how I found out what the slang meant?
Is it gonna piss me off?
No, it's gonna be two obvious answers. One, I use context clues, right?
Oh,
Like
smart. Yeah.
I
Normal
use
person.
context clues, like for example, they'll talk about like a chat, like your ability to speak to somebody is crack. That's what they call it. Like, oh, she's got good crack. Again,
Okay.
using context clues, I figured this out. Right? Like, oh yeah, now we're getting on great. She's got good crack, you know? Like, like it sounds great. It
That's
sounds
funny
great.
the first time you hear it though. That's
No,
she
yeah,
got
the
the
first
what
time I
now?
was hollering, she's got good what? Oh, he talking about mines. But like eventually you learn the context and then there's a whole bunch of other stuff. Like they'll call each other like knobhead, I heard. It's another one. You know where
I've
that
heard
is.
that
Like
in
you know
I've
what
heard
that
that in
is.
other British
Yeah,
media.
yeah,
So
yeah.
yeah.
Right. Basically, which is just dickhead. Like
Yeah.
now, which is funny because they also say dickhead, but it'd be dickhead. Like it's it's like KHED, like dickhead. Like, but again, one, context clues, and two, most importantly, and this is the most important part, and then we can get off of it. I Googled it.
Oh
I
man,
just
that's
Google
crazy.
searched it.
Such a useful
I just
tool.
looked it up. I just looked it up. I was sitting there thinking to myself, well, what does that mean? Let me look it up. That's what
It,
that means.
it's funny that you bring up context clues because one of the most annoying trends that I guess younger people, Gen Z, that they do is they be saying "gyat" all the time,
Mm-hmm.
GYAT.
Mm-hmm.
And when I tell you that shit infuriates me, that shit makes my blood boil every fucking time that I see it, bro.
I
Because
don't see it
they
much, but
never
I
use it
ignore it.
right. They
I
never
just
use it right.
I try my hard, like, and when I do see it, I ignore it. I
They
ignored it.
they never use it right. Context clues be damned. They
Mm-hmm.
just see a woman and "gyat," bro. That it just it makes me irrationally angry. But we can get
Yeah.
off of that now. I just wanted to get that. I just had to let that out.
But yeah, that's the part that blows mine. Like, it's just like, dog, like, I'm sorry, I didn't know what mugged off meant. Like, yo, you're mugging me off right now. But context clues shows one, it's probably negative. Two, it's probably like either you're pissing me off, you violate me, you doing something, right? Pretty simple. I look up the meaning. you're making me look like a fool. You're taking advantage of me. It's pretty simple. It's not that hard. So I know if somebody described a sundown town to you, unless they were just describing something entirely differently, which I don't think you would use the words for, then how do you get that word without any of the context? I'm not saying you had to know every bit of the context, but you got sundown town without any of the backdrop. That's like saying that's like getting the N-word with no connotation to it. You got the N-word and you got nothing to
Town even make it to the UK?
To talk about.
Did somebody watch a documentary about sundown towns and then just start telling people about it, and then by playing a telephone game, it just got watered down until it was just a quaint little American town where, like you said, the general store, and they got a
it started out Sundown Valley.
Yeah, like how did
Valley.
it even make it over there to y'all with no type of connotation of what it was?
Like, dog, I'm sorry. Google search, Wikipedia,
like
sundown
you said,
towns.
this bitch was lying. She just wanted to tell a quirky little
little silly
story.
little story.
Little silly. I was telling people to live somewhere. It was actually violently racist. Oh man, my bad.
Oops, whoops. Like, yeah, I'm just like, no, sorry, no, can't get that. But mind you, and the craziest thing was, one part I actually didn't know. I thought the sundown towns were just for black people. They were for a lot of different people.
I didn't know either. I literally thought it was just for niggas.
Some of them were Native Americans, some of them were Japanese Americans, some of them were Chinese folk. Like, they had a whole bunch of different ones.
Sundown. Wait. So what I was about to say is having sundown towns in general is crazy, but having sundown towns for Native Americans, the niggas that were here first, is absolutely crazy. But what you just said made me think about something else. You're saying they have sundown towns for specific races. I was thinking of it as like sundown towns is against anybody but white people. But imagine like sundown towns that are racist against different ethnicities, different races. Imagine a black person goes to a sundown town and they just cooling because of sundown town.
Yeah, they perfectly fine. They
Asians.
Yeah.
They are a sundown town that don't fuck with
they just mad at they just mad at Mexican niggas, like, not you.
It's crazy. Actually, if you think about that, there's probably even more sundown towns that we don't know about, because the only sundown towns that we know about, at least to my knowledge, are sundown towns that black people, because there's literally a travel guide, that a black man made.
Yeah, the Green Book. Yeah.
The Green Book. So those are the sundown towns that we know about. But what if there's other sundown towns that are like just specifically racist to specific people?
Oh yeah, I mean, I'm literally looking at them. There's one in Nevada called Minden, Minden, and it had an ordinance for 3 years that required Native Americans to leave by 6:30 every day. They would play a whistle.
Ordinance? So it's not even like an unsaid but known thing. It's literally
it was sanctioned.
Law?
Yeah.
Yo, that's nuts. That is bonkers.
To the point where they would play a whistle, then a siren at 6 p.m. alerting y'all, all right, yo, it's get ready to clock out. Come on. And then so in Colorado they had another one where there was no Mexicans after night. In Connecticut, whites only within city limits after dark. So that one, they was just
that's
like,
what I thought all of them were like. It was just like no niggas here, niggas of any ethnicity other than white.
Yeah, it said in 1870, Chinese people made up 1/3 of Idaho's population.
1/3 is crazy.
And there was a wave of violence in an 1886 anti-Chinese convention in Boise, Idaho. And by 1910, there were barely any Chinese people in Idaho. That's interesting. I'll look into that. What the hell is that about? Well, I mean, it's racism. I know what it's about. But
yeah, I was going to say.
But that's just wild to think that there were that many Chinese people in Idaho. How the fuck did y'all get there?
How did you get there? Like, what did... Yeah, no, that's my question too. Look into that. We'll talk about that on the next pod, because that is interesting.
Yeah, why were y'all there? Like,
in
not like
Idaho of all places. How did y'all even get there? Because this is back in like the 1800s. Y'all came in on a boat, so y'all definitely came in from probably the East Coast. Y'all migrated
from China.
I mean, obviously from China.
From China.
Y'all migrated from the East Coast all the way to Idaho? That's interesting.
Yeah, no, I don't know. I'd be very interested to figure that out. But I'm gonna look into that. But that's about all I got for this week, man. So if y'all don't take nothing else from me, just when somebody is being very obviously like how do I write this?
Take your time, Pastor.
He said, "That's all right. Take your time." Please stop giving these people. Please stop giving them what they're here for. Like the world is filled with grifters, guys. It's filled with people who are just going to make you mad and capitalize off of your emotions, your anger, your hate, your whatever it is. I'm not telling you not to feel it because listen, you're a human being. You're going to feel what you feel. Yeah, you're going to feel what you feel. All I'm asking y'all to do is sometimes know when to just shut the hell up, and or if you do speak on it, speak in a term where it's just like, yo, I seen so and so and blah blah. Don't post no screenshots. Stop posting links. Stop giving these people free promo. Like, if you want to talk shit about somebody, then talk shit about 'em. But like, do not sit up here and post links and shit. Oh, who's the girl? Oh, here you go. She right here. I'll post her link. This is the bitch who was boo boo. Like, bro, stop doing that. Do you know how many? Especially when you got platforms. If I had 100,000 niggas following me, imagine, for example, nigga, if this pod had 100,000 people in it, I might not mention this.
Not if, when. We getting
I might not mention this because, truth be told, it's like I would understand that even by coming out the way I came out, I'm lending some credence to it. So, if anything, I would just speak on the general consensus. I wouldn't mention a specific incident. I just be like, due to incidents recently, I have to advise black folks to start ignoring racist white folks. Like, you know what I'm saying? I wouldn't give y'all any specifics as to why I'm saying that, but if you know, you know. So it's just like, that's my thing, where it's just like sometimes we don't, we don't gotta give everybody the, like, I mean, mind you, they're gonna get the hate they deserve. You know what I mean? But like, come on, man. Like don't be so desperate to get your shit off that you are inadvertently getting their shit off too. Just that's all it is. That's all it is.
You know what? And at the same time, I'm more sympathetic to the people that are outraged and wanting to bring attention to something.
Yeah, for sure.
Than the people that are just hate farming. Like, look at this shit, and they don't even really give a fuck. They just want views.
The only person I'm sympathetic to is, but again, that's my problem, is I'm sympathetic to it, but at the same time, there has to be a level of self-awareness. Again, exactly like what I was talking about with what that woman posted. I'm not even going to argue the tenets of what you said, because what I'm trying to get you to see is you have unwittingly signed up for the role you are critiquing right now. You are critiquing people for giving her for boosting, basically, right? For boosting her confidence and letting her think this is okay. And now you are boosting her as you do it. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Like, I don't have nothing else beyond that. I'm just saying you are mad that she's getting promo and you're promoting her. That's it. That's all I got.
That's all we need.
Mm-hmm. I should have mentioned the Judy Garland shit, but it's fine. I'll probably, who cares? I just want to talk about that. Anything else?
Let's next week, because I don't know what happened with Julie Garland.
Oh yeah. It's
Is it worth talking about?
I would argue no. But I don't know.
We can leave it at that. Yeah, let's end this. Everybody go watch Baki. There's a piss Tetrahedron. There's Barack Obama. There's Trump, Hillary Clinton. A lot of crazy shit going on, for real.
Yeah. All right. Well, ladies and gents, appreciate y'all. 107, man. We up out of here.